River Valley. But a couple things are different tonight. Number one, it's a Friday night. Number two, they're Big Ten fans now. The first ever home Big Ten game for the University of Oregon. And Dan Lanning's team, number 6 in the country, unbeaten. They typically don't lose here, and they haven't lost this year because they have a quarterback who's making his 54th start at the FBS level. Dylan Gabriel and the Ducks facing a familiar foe. Getting off the bus once again, Jonathan Smith in different colors after his Oregon State time, beating Oregon in a huge game 2 years ago in Corvallis. Oregon and Michigan State tonight. It never rains in Autzen Stadium, but it is always, always loud. One of the beautiful atmospheres in all of college football as the Ducks at home on a Friday night. And the energy is just a little bit different. Only game in town. The Oregon Ducks. Here they come. Never try to talk over a duck on a bike. Jason Benetti, Brock Ewert, Allison Williams downstairs. This team was a little bit hazy the first 2 weeks. Close ones with Idaho and Boise State, but Oregon's been a machine the last couple games, Brock.
Yeah, they've gotten to know themselves. And I think the quarterback goes a long way. You mentioned Dylan Gabriel. I've always felt like in the pros, you stick around a long time, not because of just what you do, but you also know what you're not. And I think for Dylan Gabriel, he knows exactly what to do and who he is. He is a time on target and on target and on time passer. He gets the ball out of his hand as quickly as anybody in America, but he does it as accurately as anybody playing the position. He knows who he is, Jason. He doesn't try to do too much, and he loves elevating everybody around him, which is exactly what he's done the last couple weeks.
81%.
It's ridiculous.
81%.
Yes.
Nobody does anything 81%.
I couldn't even talk 81% in the open.
That's it. Michigan State, it's a team that could really be 4-1. Close loss against Boston College, but Jonathan Smith, in his time at Oregon State, knows Oregon very well.
He's got that good old institutional knowledge. And being on the field, I was like, oh, man, look at all this Big Ten. It's all Big Ten. I'm sure Jonathan's like, Big Ten? I know these Ducks. I faced them my whole life as a player. Now I'm facing them again as a coach. But he does know them. He knows their scheme. He knows their personnel. And he does know how to beat them. And it means keeping the ball away from all the speed and athleticism that Dan Lanning's assembled on the other side.
That's what he did 2 years ago in Corvallis, a game that Ducks fans remember very well that kept them on a possibly big things 2 years ago. Kickoff, Allison Williams in a moment here in Eugene.
We're seeing customers come in every single day. Pros are using battery equipment.
Making the switch to battery was one of the best decisions that we made as a company.
This is where the world is headed. It's better to be ahead of it now than get on it later.
Built for you. Built for work. Right now, buy 2 AP300S batteries and get a third AP300S for free. Real steel. Find yours.
6 pieces of chicken, 4 sides, and biscuits? That's a big deal.
Now, this is the type of deal Dad loves.
Oh, this for $20? I tried to make it 21.
Legendary.
Get your own big deal for $20. Coach Prime and KFC, way back, baby.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save!
And then I wake up.
Is Limu with you in all your dreams?
Oh, yeah. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture. Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi helped visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And with Skyrizi, many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 2 years.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Ask your gastroenterologist how to take control of your Crohn's with Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
The following is a presentation of the Big Ten.
Last couple of games. Part of that is a revamp. Offensive line, Allison Williams.
Yeah, JB, we hear it all the time. It all starts up front. Oregon knows that, and they know they had to find the right combination on their offensive line. It seems they have. They have not allowed a sack in the last two games after giving up 7 in the first 2. And a big reason why, literally, is the move of Concho Lalo-Olu from guard to center. Offensive coordinator Will Stein said it has made them bigger and more physical in the middle and allowing them to play the way they need to in this Big Ten conference. Head coach Dan Lanning said he has seen those 5 guys come together and create a rhythm. And scheme-wise, they have been in a better position to allow for that and to have success protecting the quarterback and running the football.
They've been dynamic
and violent, and that's dominant.
Sprouts ready to go. Friday night football.
Intentional as well. You'll see it with his feet. You'll see it with his eyes and his decision making. He's got such a plan that comes with being 5 years as a starter. And it's one thing to have all of that experience, but it's another thing to bring it to life on game day, and he does.
How does he do that? What are we watching
Yeah,
today?
just the poise, and just, again, the ball is out of his hands so quickly.
Terrence Ferguson, the tight end, who's been outstanding once again in motion there. Gabriel to throw on the first play. It's a shot down the middle of the field. Tez Johnson. It is incomplete. Malik Spencer was back there waving his finger on the coverage. No penalty marker out.
This was something they worked on all week long. You open a game with a shot, and there's just enough little contact there to distract him. Ooh, a little surprise. You can see the back judge. He is looking right at him. Typically, when you grab that arm and you impede a receiver's ability, the flag comes.
Penalties have been an issue for Michigan State. That time, Jordan James with about a yard. Nakai Martinez, the UCF transfer, with the stop, 3rd and long for the Oregon Ducks. Here's this offensive line, and they've been great.
Yeah, and as Allison reported on, just continuity the last couple weeks, playing their best football. They are going to be faced here with a difficult 3rd and long. Tez Johnson, not a surprise to see the shot in the first play of the game, but so much speed on that receiving corps.
Johnson in motion, wide of the formation. Gabriel looking that direction. He was hit by Spencer, and the ball came out. Let's see what they say. It's incomplete. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, this is what UCLA did not do much of last week, and I was a little surprised, frankly. Bring unique pressures. And when you get to 3rd and 7, well, this is what Boise did. This is what Idaho did. Right? They lined up in unique and different looks, and they brought defenders from different spots. And Gabriel, ooh, that's pretty close. The arm is going forward with control. That is an incomplete pass, but that is a big 3 and out for this Spartan crew.
Well, they won the toss. They deferred, so they'll get the ball out of halftime as Ross James, who's only punted 12 times all year, gets this one off to Montori Foster Jr. and off the fair catch. Aiden Childs is just 19 years old. He turned 19 a couple of weeks ago. He was on the sideline when Oregon State was here at the end of last season. The turnovers have been the major issue, Brian.
Yeah, his ceiling is incredibly high. His highlight reel is phenomenal this season. The problem is the lowlights. It is the 8 interceptions. It's the 2 fumbles. It's 4 games, Jason, where he's had 2 or more in those games. Take care of the ball and minimize the mistakes.
Michigan State as a team tied for the 2nd most turnovers at the FBS level. They run a lot of stretch plays, and Nate Carter goes down. That's Bryce Betcher, the baseball star, shooting through, and a loss at 2.
Did he ever? Oh, man.
Look out. Here is the offense for Michigan State. Tanner Miller, the interior, has been pretty good for them.
It is their strength, and he's one of the Oregon State Beavers that came out to East Lansing with this staff. Super solid in the middle. Nice to have a security blanket in Belling. He and Childs were teammates, and really nice to have the explosive Nick Marsh at receiver back.
He and Glover both have been dinged up this year.
Devin Jackson, the Jet, can absolutely fly. And Jabbar Muhammad, the transfer from Washington, has had a spectacular season, hardly tested. But this is where the funk comes, and you can hear it. The fans know it. 3rd and 10 plus. Good luck.
That's Belling split out of the backfield. Childs. 3rd and 12. His throw to the sideline is juggled and caught by Glover. That's a first down, Michigan State, Jaron Glover.
And that's a big boy throw. That is an NFL combine throw. The deep 10 to 14-yard out. And look at the strength in the fingertips. Ooh. It's close, but I think I see ball security there. Glover 4 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown. I think he gathers just in the nick of time. Defenses say, hey, if you can make that throw, that's the most difficult throw on the field. Good luck on 3rd and 10. They deliver.
Play action. Childs, really clean pocket. He'll drop it off, and he's got Carter out of the backfield. He's swung down on a big hit by Tatum Tuioti on a gain of 6.
And this is a little bit of what Childs did a week ago. You would never guess it when the final outcome with Ohio State in the second half was brutal, but he was very efficient. 10 of 13, a touchdown in the first half, distributed with poise and patience. An awfully big 3rd and 12 conversion goes a long way for a young quarterback on the road.
For this very proud Michigan State program, it's Carter, and he is doused. Jamari Caldwell, the senior out of South Carolina, 3rd down.
That's a big man that is moving right in the middle of it. Some 339 pounds and defeats the block. He's got about 45 pounds on Miller, the center, who just can't sustain him.
So the best surround sound in all of college football here at Autzen Stadium. Carter on the run. He's not going to get there. And now the question is, are you going to go?
You don't induce a lot of confidence with those last 2 plays. But if you're Jonathan Smith, you also know some of the limitations you have in the perimeter defensively against Dan Lanning. And when you cross midfield and you got 4th and 2, this is the right call on the road.
Fourth and 2.
A little misalignment there. Nick Marsh was not getting on the line of scrimmage. Heads up play there by Aiden to call the time.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan. Field goal.
So do you kick it or pass it?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play!
week only at Domino's, get unlimited mini-priced pizzas for 50% off when you order online. Choose any size pizza you want, any crust you want, and any toppings you want. Oh, and any number of pizzas you want too. Get 50% off your perfect pizza, or pizzas, this week only at Domino's.
Walmart deals are ready to drop. Shop October 8th through the 13th. And Walmart Plus members get early access to all the hot deals. Get ready to save big. Shop Walmart deals October 8th through the 13th.
Big Ten, it's an honor to be here. To be among teams with so much tradition. Age-old practices from generations long ago. We'll do our best to keep up. With respect, Oregon.
The NLDS begins on Fox and FS1. The Mets battle Harper and the Phillies, and the Padres take on Ohtani and the Dodgers. Game 1 tomorrow on Fox and FS1.
Tonight's Stay in the Game sponsored by Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
You hate to play with the ball hog and hoops, but if you're Michigan State, you've got to control it. And a play like this and a possession like this eats up even more minutes. And for Oregon, fast and furious. But you saw the opening shot to Tez. They can flat out run, and this defense wants to play angry.
4th and 2. Play action. Childs loads it up. Downfield. Caught. Nick Marsh, the freshman, in a battle for 44 yards with Muhammad.
Wow. That is one heck of a catch. You're going to see the true freshman right here. Play action. They take away the flat two-duck defenders there, and Muhammad, for one of the rare occasions this season, actually has somebody running by him, and it is a true freshman that then, through that distraction, through that contact, goes up and makes the biggest catch of his young life.
Freshman out of Detroit, who they really missed in the BC game. Play action again. Childs wants to run for it, and he is diving for it. Let's see. Ball is loose. It's in the end zone. It is Oregon football. Oh, another Michigan State turnover, at least for now. Wow. Jordan Birch is on it.
And those two plays for a Michigan State fan at home watching this tonight are like, oh my gosh. That just sums up our season. The ball is clearly out. A gorgeous throw on 4th down. The right decision when nobody opened to scramble, but then when you get around the pit, in the pile, in the big boys, you have to secure that football.
Jamari Caldwell again, who knocked it free.
Is that the runner's knee was down prior to the ball.
Whoa!
Second down.
Wow. So this will go to replay review. They've stopped it. It's going to be under replay review right now. Wait a sec. Now I think the correct answer is the ruling on the field of a fumble. That's what they went with last. So the reason that's important is you have to overturn the call on the field. They're going to say it's a fumble. Because it is.
Knee is not even close. Gave a little hope out in East Lansing, only to be squashed that much more.
Mike Pereira's with us. Mike, what do you see tonight here?
Well, that's clearly out. I think the greater question is going to then that presents itself as a possibility of a spot at the 1 yard line. So the question is clearly not Lerner being down. The question is, where are they going to put the ball when Oregon recovers?
When it comes to momentum, Mike, what are we looking for here?
You're just looking for the position of the ball for one thing, and there you see him lose it a couple different times, and so there's a lot to look at in this case. But you know, you're looking to see if he had possession of the ball in the field of play, and then his momentum, just his original momentum, took it in.
The runner fumbled the ball prior to his knee being down. The in a touchdown. It's 1st and 10, Oregon at the 20-yard line.
You're right on it, Mike. It was a touchback. It's another Michigan State turnover in the red zone. And you're right, Brock. This is their season in one drive.
Yes, but I love this right here in year one. Jonathan Smith, who's played the position, who knows, yes, you can't avoid every mistake, but he's calm, he's composed, he's looking right in the eye of the transfer who came with them from Corvallis and said, just ball security. You can see him saying that when you get into those piles, you have to secure the football. It is the most valuable resource you have.
Defensive coordinator for Oregon said the ball is life in football, and they worked on it this week in creating those turnovers. It played there as Jordan James on the run, and a big dash for the first time this year in the run game for James. His longest run of the season. 41 yards.
Yeah, and he could give a big tip of the cap to Trayshawn Holden right there. Your job as a receiver is go block that nickelback and make the corner tackle, and you can't do it better than that. And in fact, Connerly gets onto that corner, so then it is a one-on-one. And how many times in the building did we hear yesterday, Jason, we have got to get that 20-plus run. We have got to find an explosive run, and they just did.
Fake it to him. Gabriel on the move. His time sped up by Chris Bogle, the transfer from Florida, second down. But Michigan State is at least changing the footwork of Gabriel here.
Yeah, a little bit of that timing, right? You take the shot on the very first play. This will be the best front they faced. Oregon said that really clearly. This front for Michigan State is a Big Ten front. You got 3 or 4 4-stars. You got 3 or 4 6-year players. There's some grown men in that front that know how to play the game.
Des Johnson in space. He's hit, and he's dropped. Ed Woods from the corner spot with an outstanding effort against one of the best run-after-catch guys in college football.
Yeah, it's because he could get to him before he could get started. And once again, look at the eyes there. The eyes are in the backfield. 2 Ducks go to block 1 Spartan. That is never a good thing. And Woods able to play tag and get to Tez Johnson before he could get started.
Movement at the line. Marker comes out. Gabriel free play right to the stick. And he's got Evan Stewart. It looks like they're going to mark him a little bit short here. Let's see. That will obviously necessitate Oregon taking the penalty maybe.
Offside. Defense, number 11. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Well, they are going to say first down. All right, they will move the sticks now. It looked like he had it. The initial spot was a little short.
And he ran that right to the sticks for Dan Lanning. And Dylan Gabriel, a nice job there with the cadence and everybody up front to hold their water and just too much cushion on a 3rd and 10.
Gabriel steps up and throws it high and incomplete. 1 for 4 start for Dylan Gabriel, which is rare, but first half against UCLA last week, they were a well-oiled deal.
Yeah, when we saw them in Corvallis, they were maybe even more than that. I don't know what's more than well-oiled, but they were just and have been a machine. In the 20-plus yard plays, you see it there. They doubled them, but they hadn't had that run. That was the first run for Jordan James of 20-plus yards. And then they've totally cleaned up the line of scrimmage, which has given Gabriel that opportunity to be so efficient.
Second down. James running right. Hennestein broke a tackle. Oh, he just bulldozed 2 guys. Jordan Turner ends up on the deck. Justin Denson as well, gain of 18.
Once again, watch the guys up front. Look at Terrence Ferguson getting to the next level. And then Jordan James got thighs for days, man. He is a powerful man when he gets running full speed at you.
For an injured defensive player.
Denson, the freshman, just took that on the chin. Jordan James looked like he got energized by that first run. Running a little like Bucky Irving right now.
Well, look at my guy Poncho, too. As Allison talked about, right in the middle of this. Watch these 2 big fellas, Jason. I mean, this is the game. Look at him. Just grunting. And then, oh, you know what? Here you go. How do you like 325? he's made a difference.
Yeah.
They tried some different moves up front. They wondered what they'd look like at center and guard, and moving him right in the middle has just added more physicality.
One of 10 kids in his family. As Noah Whittington checks in for the first time today. And he tunnels his way down to about the 7. There's a marker coming in, 2 of them in fact. One of them hit Woods, the cornerback, in the back. Face mask coming.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. Half the distance to the goal for the end of the run. Automatic, first down.
That was Holden and Woods going at it. So you saw the mano-a-mano in the pile, right? The previous play. But that time it was right on the perimeter with Holden and Woods. This is a physical crew, but penalties, unfortunately, have been a problem.
In this stretch they're in 7 straight against either ranked teams or teams that have been ranked, that's just not going to fly. James the deep back, Jordan James off the hesitation. It'll be 2nd and goal for Oregon.
Ran that same exact play a week ago, and this is a little bit of the difference. This is why Will Stein said to us, this is good. Michigan State is stout up front. This is not UCLA that we're going to just be able to run right through. They're going to meet, and that time it was the big D tackle, Amari Washington, right there in the hole, along with the fullback, Zach Grace. Not as much movement.
And Washington's still back there. They will run it again. James trudging forward, and he'll be stonewalled. 3rd and goal at the 1.
What these 2 drives have done, though, is they have eaten up a whole bunch of this first quarter. Which is really the way Michigan State has to play this game. It's got to be a limited possession game for them to find a way in this building where, as you said in the open, it is just so hard to win.
See what Oregon's done on 3rd down. Ohio State last week was 8 for 17 on 3rd down. Play action. Grace got tied up. Gabriel on the roll. He'll throw back. End zone. Intercepted. Malik Spencer. Flashed in front for a huge pick.
It's 1st and 10, Michigan State.
It's the 2nd pick for Gabriel this year.
You could read the lips pretty easily. That's a decision he wants back.
Michigan State, a huge turnover.
And a pinch higher. This, it's just uneven. To the right and up.
Right and up?
Oh, that's good.
This is good then.
Wait, no.
My shoulder's acting up. My shoulder's acting up again.
Dobbs?
I got you.
If only there were backups in real life. But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
Honestly, you should have put him in earlier.
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, anytime. 3 p.m. Fanta, 10 p.m. Sprite, 7:46 a.m. Coke. Yeah, you're built different. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
Wayday's coming. Wayfair's big sale is back for 3 days only, October 5th through 7th. Get excited to get up to 80% off. Yes. Shop Wayday October 5th through 7th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
This thing's in the middle of nowhere, and even if we didn't get any closer, you'd still know. It's a Jeep Grand Cherokee. The same way you know you can keep the concert going, even after the encore. Or take the whole family anywhere in it. Because when you're an original, there's only one.
Right now, get $6,000 bonus cash allowance, or get 0% financing on 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland and Summit models. Jeep, there's only one.
Know what's happening in college football right now? How could you? It changes every second. This player switched to this team. This team switched to this conference. This conference switched to this channel. But sometimes it's on streaming. But Big Noon. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know it's on the same time, on the same channel, on every TV in the country. College football is complicated, but Big Noon? Hey, Hudge fan.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more. Red zone turnovers each way so far. Interception for Malik Spencer, and Michigan State has it back. Back to the pick, Brock, with your clicker.
Yeah, I would say disruption has been the key. There's no question Oregon has used their tight ends to get touchdowns, and they're trying to find a way to get Ferguson the touchdown here. And unfortunately, well, they just can't get it to him. And look at the disruption. The disruption of both the fullback, the disruption on the tight ends. And then ultimately, what an unbelievable play from Malik Spencer. His eyes to look back at Dylan Gabriel and the strength of the fingertips of his hands to make that pick.
Former high school wide receiver down in Buford, Georgia. Now Michigan State has it back, and Aiden Childs, after the conversation with his head coach, a chance to go right back to the wheel.
Poise.
Play action to Lynch Adams. Childs takes a hit, and down he goes. Former Spartan Derek Harmon, and a loss of 11.
The big man is just right in the middle of the action and does a fantastic job with his hands early. Right, he's actually unblocked. Doesn't buy it at all. Doesn't go down with the run or the fake. And instead says, no, I practiced against you guys in the spring. I saw some of this before I transferred in the summer to Eugene, and I'm going to finish you.
He's in the portal a couple times. Second time he transferred here to Oregon. 2nd and 21. They'll run it. Lynch Adams is blown off downstairs. Allison.
Michigan State coaches told us Childs is a work in progress, right? And one of the things he needs to be better about is obviously taking care of the ball, but also flushing those bad plays. And I'll tell you what, guys, he did. After that turnover, really impressive how he responded. He was the one that came to his teammates and was hyping them up, encouraging them, pounding on their shoulders, not the other way around. He told them, you guys have been awesome. That's on me, and I'm going to make it up to you guys. Impressive and mature response from a young quarterback.
He's hearing it right now. 3rd and 16. Childs hopping around. Flush from the pocket. He's going to run for a while. Fake the throw. Go upfield and out of bounds. He's ushered there by Winston and Tuioti. A better decision, though, right? Don't try to force it.
Yeah, and I do wonder, without the fumble, do you maybe take a shot down the field late as he's scrambling? Because there's nothing here. You're going to see the Ducks play coverage, keep everything in front of them. Right, zone coverage, you just run 4 defenders. This is a savvy veteran secondary that's seen everything. And Aiden Childs just gets what he can, and number 15's danger, danger, danger anytime he's back there in space.
His punt return for a touchdown helped Oregon stay unbeaten in week 2 against Boise State. The average is about 50 on his punts, and he'll go to the sideline with this. That's a really good ball. Johnson stays inbounds, and he will get hit. Spencer's down the field again. What a start he's had.
Michigan State came to play. They know Oregon's got all this talent and all this speed, but they're bringing some of that Rust Belt grit to Eugene.
Brave. Wow. What a Friday night matchup.
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night. Friday.
Fox College Football Friday nights, sponsored by KFC.
Mayotivations with Will Levis. Mayo dip be creamy, and your quarterback dreamy. Oh, hey. Mayo game day be delicious.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Ow, what a hit. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate, save money on auto insurance, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
Check out Mahomes' top 3 plays of the day. He scrambles into T-Mobile to get that new iPhone 16 Pro on us. It's a little shimmy, shimmy, shake. What you think, Kyle?
It's like he's chasing an ice cream truck.
Ice cream! He got his iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Cuz holding it up like a baby lion.
Homie takes those T-Mobile savings and calls it a day.
Respect.
Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
When it comes to your truck, you can power it up 6 ways to Sunday. But if you want to get things done, start with the capability of Ford F-150. Gas, power boost hybrid, or all electric. The power is yours.
This is an election year unlike any other.
America is ready.
And so are we.
Democracy 24. Your freedom. Your vote.
One's 19 years old, one's 23 years old. We're talking about an adult and a teenager in the quarterback battle today.
And you can see the number. They're second in FBS history in those total touchdowns. More than likely will pass Case Keenum at some point this season if Dylan stays upright and healthy. And I'm going to guess after this start, completions. Bubbles, pitches, screens, try to get him back into rhythm.
Just 2 for 7. It's a rarity for Dylan Gabriel. There's one with Holden coming across the formation, and Trayshawn Holden, the Alabama transfer, ushered out by Martinez.
No matter whether you've played 6 games or you played 54 as a quarterback, and Will Stein knows this as OC and play caller on the sidelines, every quarterback needs gimmies, needs those lay-ins before you take those other deeper shots.
Well, Will Stein said it to us yesterday. He said, look, I'm all about moving the ball forward. Well, deep shots are fine, but I want to move forward. Movement at the line.
Check with me, that little double cadence to see exactly what they're in.
It's a toss. It's James. Jordan James to the outside again. His best game so far. That's very nice to see for Oregon. First down.
And a nice job by Patrick Herbert out there in space. Not easy always to block out there, but sealed the edge enough for Jordan James to just get going. When his feet don't stop and he can get that momentum at 5'10" and 205 pounds, he is no fun to tackle.
He's been getting to the second level, but the third level just hasn't been there. A couple yards here, a couple yards there, as long as 16 coming in. Gabriel flowing with James. He'll slam on the brakes and chuck it downfield, and a juggling grab by Holden. He was seated, and he made the catch. Grab a chair. Gabriel is down on the back of the play, not as comfortably as Holden.
Yeah, old Duck Anthony Jones just lit him up, but Holden, the concentration. You could see the hit coming. It is 8-on-8 crime, and it just knocks the air right out of his lungs.
What a whipsaw that was.
The retirement you've always imagined is well within reach. A steady stream of protected income can be just what you need to stay in the moment. For nearly 160 years, generations have put their trust in Pacific Life's strength and stability. Because life isn't about what tomorrow brings, it's what you do with it. Ask a financial professional about Pacific Life.
World, the time has come to push the button. World, the time has come to push the button. World, the time has come to push the button.
Get this low mileage lease on this 2024 GMC Hummer EV pickup for around $849 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
At Burger King, we flame grill our burgers. Why? Because that's how it should be done. Hot, juicy, smoky, flame grilled, and made your way. Come experience the flame grilled difference with 2 Whopper Juniors for just $5.
Can you save water using a less than full dishwasher?
We do it every night.
Do it with Cascade Platinum Plus. 1 load of dishes in the sink uses 24 gallons of water, while a dishwasher uses less than 4 per cycle. So do it with Cascade, the surprising way to save water.
Welcome to Hampton by Hilton. Big game tomorrow. You guys ready? Oh, we're ready, Gus.
Which way's our room?
Bring it in. 301, 2 queens, best sleep guaranteed.
So comfy.
Nailed it. 1, 2, 3. Bravo!
Syrup.
You're hungry for the win. Big time.
When you're playing to win, it matters where you stay. Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
When the sawdust settles and the engine finally roars, the thing you care about most is a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe no matter what you're working on, you need high-quality tools at a great price. And that's what we're all about. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for nearly 160 years. Breathtaking scene in Oregon, and take your breath away moment for Dylan Gabriel.
That's exactly what this kind of hit does. Anthony Jones and the locals didn't like it. They've showed it a few times, but that is clean. He doesn't target the head or neck area. He goes right for the chest plate, and honestly, having had that happen a few times, the wind is totally knocked right out of it.
Dylan Gabriel standing on the sideline. Dante Moore in for at least one play, the UCLA transfer, and they'll run it with a hurdle for Whittington, and he ends up on his shoulder. He got upended by Martinez and Brantley. This is Prefontaine's place, and this was track star stuff.
I don't know if Prefontaine ever did that. He's a little more of the distance type. That was more of the hurdle. Maybe steeplechase. That was impressive as Gabriel's back on the field.
To a roar. Yeah, Pre with straight line speed.
He took that hit. I don't know if he would have gotten up after that.
Gabriel back in, 2nd and 3. Straight up the middle, and they'll have the first down with Jordan James.
Now, the red zone has been so friendly to the tight ends the last couple years, and this has been feisty. You can see it, you can hear it. I think the fans feel it. But Terrence Ferguson, Sadiq, Herbert, a bunch of touchdowns a year ago. In fact, 10 in 2023 for this tight end crew. A bunch of productions, but no touchdowns yet for the big guys down in the red zone.
He said, I've been trying maybe too hard.
Well, they did on that interception. Yeah, tried to hide Terrence on the line. Such a matchup nightmare.
James again, straight up the middle. And he's got a handful, so that will move the sticks. They had him short on the previous play, so 1st and goal for Oregon.
Dan Lanning will tell you from the other side, as a defensive guy, the hardest thing in the red zone are teams that can run it. And Dylan Gabriel can use his legs. We've seen that this season. They've obviously established some of the run game presence. But Will Sky knows, man, got to find touchdowns against this salty Michigan State defense.
Ferguson in motion. Gabriel running behind Ferguson. Gabriel in! Touchdown! He feels fine, thank you.
And so does Terrence Ferguson, who was knocked out of that UCLA game, and he's going to come in motion. You'll see him come across the formation here, and he's the one that really sets the table. A tremendous fake, that speed and athleticism that is sneaky. And there is Ferguson with the big block to help his buddy get in. So the tight end didn't get the touchdown reception, but he gets a gold star on the grade sheet for setting up the touchdown for Dylan.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Defense, number 4. The 15-yard penalty reinforcing the succeeding kickoff. We will now have a try for point.
It's almost a guaranteed touchback coming, but you're right. This tight end room has been involved, and they are a matchup problem. Even if they're not catching the ball, the defense is working on them.
You know what else has been a little bit of a problem? 2 missed PATs this year. Some of the gimmies is you just expect to go from such a short distance. Sappington missed one last week, earlier in the season as well. It's got to clean up this operation.
This one is straight through. Oregon is well known as a uniform school. Some of the most innovative uniforms, but this one tonight, the yellow uniforms, touch the heart of so many people around here, including the head coach and his family, Allison Williams.
Yeah, what makes these Stomp Out Cancer uniforms so special is that the Lanning family had a hand in their design because of their experience with cancer. Dan's wife, Sophia, was diagnosed with osteosarcoma in 2016. After undergoing chemotherapy, she was declared cancer-free in 2017, and her boys were included in this design. They came up with the ice cream cone because when their mom was in for chemo, the wonderful nurses there would take them to get ice cream in the hospital. They also wanted to make sure that all forms of cancer were represented, and that's why you see the multicolor bands. But what really stood out to me in talking to Sophia was that she wanted these uniforms to be able to thank and honor the heroes in the fight against cancer, and those are the medical professionals, the doctors, the nurses, the researchers, and also the family and friends that helped her through her fight. That's why she came up with the O and the yellow ribbon and the wings on the side. She said those people are angels on earth, and she wanted to tell their story because it's because of their work, their support, that she is able to be here today. And this uniform isn't just to bring awareness to cancer, it's to say thank you to all the people that support those who are going through that fight.
Truly beautiful story, Allison, and it is a very selfless thing by the Lanning family. They were very clear. This is not about us. This is about everybody who deals with cancer and everybody who's helping treat cancer and their stories. And for Sophia, who, again, spent some time with Allison on the phone to talk about this, it really is a beautiful thing to have her kids, Caden and Niles and Titan, be involved in this, and such a loving family and such a dad on the other side who's so locked in on the psychology of football and the joy that it can create.
Unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Kicking team, number 0. The 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. It's first down, Michigan State.
He's not going to love that penalty, especially after the unsportsmanlike the other way.
Yeah, what I just felt in talking, with Dan, as we all did yesterday, it's just not about me and it's not about us. It's about everyone else. And when you build a program that way, right, that story is so emblematic of it, but when you build a program that way and you make it about your teammates and everyone else, you have a chance to fly.
Michigan State trailing by a score now. It's Carter. He gets jammed up immediately and dropped by Tuioti, who's been much improved on that defensive line.
Knock back, fall back, and close. That outside zone play, those were the 3 elements taught over and over and over this week. Tremendous knockback there. No chance to get that play started.
And a little tempo for Brian Lindgren in this offense for Michigan State. We'll see if they do snap it for a final play in quarter number 1. They're not going to.
This is the end.
A couple of red zone turnovers, but an Oregon lead trying to stay unbeaten in their home Big Ten opener.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. It's a mouth-watering, stretched thinner, made bigger, more for your money, extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Better get you some Papa John's.
Marathon knows that fans are the true co-pilot of any team. And we're proud to fuel them and their teams, because journeys are better when they're driven together. Save up to $1 per gallon with Marathon Rewards by downloading the app or joining at the pump.
We're only as good as our training, our tools, and each other. Let's get out there.
Look at us. We're shore lifeguards.
Try not to screw anything up, okay?
It's easier to break off an engagement than get a divorce, am I right? I had my chance, and I blew it.
I thought you said this job was easy.
Rescue High Surf, all new Monday at 9 after 911 Lone Star on Fox.
Browns, Commanders, or Cardinals, Niners. It all kicks off Sunday on Fox, home of Super Bowl 59.
I wanna live forever. Pour out in the sea. I wanna live the happy on my knee. I wanna touch the silver light, the shine everywhere. I wanna live forever. I won't care.
I'm Laura Gillen, and I approve this message.
Here's what official court and police documents say about Anthony D'Esposito's record as a cop. He was accused of lying under oath, costing taxpayers $250,000. D'Esposito was reckless, known for flashing his gun, accused of driving while intoxicated, and even lost his service weapon, which was then stolen by a criminal. Anthony D'Esposito, abusing his power, disgracing the uniform. We can't send him back to Congress.
In New York, all that anyone is looking for is a chance. In a place with endless possibility, New York Public Schools gives students the chance to find their voice in a chorus of millions, to play their first notes before striking a chord with the rest of the world, to learn small lessons in the gym before shining in the league, to not just study the stars, but see them up close. And every time you take a chance on the New York Lottery, our schools win.
Popeye's Wings are the official wing of watching football. Win the wing game every week with 7 signature flavors, including new sweet and smoky chipotle. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Have that chicken from Popeyes.
I'm here, and pure wonders reached for the cleaner fuel. I'm in the bright lights of the show and in the shimmering sea. MSC Cruises for a greater beauty.
New York. This is where it happens. And it doesn't matter if you were born and raised here, work, or play here. The news here matters.
This is still an active scene here.
And it matters who tells those stories.
We've just arrived at the scene, and here's what officials are telling us.
The reporters of Fox 5.
Coach Landon, give me your early impressions of what you've seen offensively from your guys.
I think we're able to run the ball effectively. It's something we got to continue to be able to lean into. Can't turn the ball over in the red area, right? When you have points, you got to make sure you're able to walk away with points.
Do you feel like Dylan Gabriel is starting to find a rhythm a little bit? Do you feel like Gabriel is starting to find a rhythm a bit?
Well, we're going to find out here in this next quarter. I think he's got to continue to get into one.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thanks to Allison and Dan Lanning there. Out of the timeout, 2nd and 8 for Michigan State. Eden Childs 3 for 4 so far. Their ground game has not gotten untracked yet. They'll try to do it here, and Lynch Adams twirled around a nasty stiff arm, and Betcher finished him off. But for Aiden Childs, this is a quote from Taj Lapoy on what he wants to do.
Yes. That's right. I've said before, you really want your kid to grow up to be a quarterback, because that's what these D coordinators want to do to your son. They want to get after you.
It's about making you fully uncomfortable.
Yep.
On 3rd and 8, pressure got there, and it's incomplete. He got hit as he threw, and Foster the target. Birch coming around the corner, 4th down.
Yeah, they just keep coming at you and at you and at you. I thought Birch played his best game as a Duck a week ago against UCLA. He was just tossing Bruins, and he just doesn't move like a man that's 6'5", 290 pounds should be able to do it. It's why I talked to the NFL scouts on the field, some GMs that were here tonight. His movement skills are unique, and Jabbar Muhammad on the other end of it, he'll be playing in the league too.
Birch walks into the room to talk to us yesterday. He's a big, quiet dude with glasses on. He looks like the nicest kid in history. He's a former running back who might be an NFL player very soon. This punt goes spinning inside the 20, and Eckley has been outstanding so far. That's nearly a 50-yard punt. And tomorrow, the NLDS begins on Fox and FS1 with 2 game ones. First, the Mets take on the Phillies, 3:30 Eastern time off that big Pete Alonso home run. Then at 8, Shohei Ohtani makes his postseason debut. Hard to believe. Dodgers and Padres tomorrow, Fox and FS1, the exclusive home of the NLDS. But you know what the Spartan fans want to hear about. You know they want to hear about the ALDS.
Yeah.
They want to hear about the Tigers, Brock. What do you have on the Tigers?
They're in it, right?
Okay. Go away. What a run.
And your hair still smells like beer.
That's most Friday nights. First down for Oregon from the 16. Pump and go. It's a screen. It's Ferguson. Wide open grazing space. Terrence Ferguson still going. At the 21, he finally falls. 63 rumbling yards.
Well, that will help your quarterback out, right? That will certainly help Dylan get into a little bit of rhythm there. You can't screen it better than that. You get about 1,000 pounds and your hair still smells like beer. It doesn't matter if he whiffs. He's out in front distracting. And Ferguson's a good one.
Longest catch and run of Ferguson's career. James hits the hole hard, and he's got about 10. Denson took another hit.
Yeah, you can just feel this, right? This just wave of yellow coming at you in the movement. And Connerly is washing people down. This is what they've done the last couple weeks, especially in Corvallis in the first half in Pasadena. It is the big fellas setting the table for all of the speed and athleticism to work.
Right back to him. It's a first down after he picked up 9.5 on first down previously. Oregon Ducks only one loss here under Dan Lanning as Ferguson comes off.
So good for Oregon to have him back. Took a nasty hit, missed the second half of that UCLA game. Came back early in the week. Off that concussion and starring tonight.
Short toss, Whittington, and he breaks it down. Malik Spencer got over to knock him down. It was late second quarter. Ferguson got that hit. And it's a deep tight end room, but he is a marvelous weapon.
It's deep receiver room. It's a deep running back room. It's a deep tight end room. That's why they're number 6 in the country. And the guys that are coming in next week. Look at Terrence dancing around, having a little bit of fun as everybody does here in Autzen Stadium. They will have the attention of the Buckeyes next week because this is a talented roster.
Gabriel starts his move. Behind Herbert, Gabriel breaks one tackle and gets bucked out of bounds at the 5 by Spencer and Denson, 3rd and goal.
Oh, this is an awfully big play here for Michigan State. If you want to stay within striking distance, you cannot become one-dimensional. Your O-line's not going to be good enough to block these guys in the passing game, so you've got to find a way right here to hold the to a field goal.
They had an illegal backfield, so it's going to be illegal formation. Michigan State will take the penalty. The flags sometimes tonight will blend in with the jerseys.
Do you take that penalty? Do you want 2nd and goal from 11 or 3rd and 5?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I think I would take 3rd and 5 and one shot at it with this offense and not trying to stop them twice. Ferguson, the point of the bunch.
Go play action. Gabriel throwing, intercepted by Brantley.
As I said, you definitely take that penalty. You push him back and you make him throw. That is twice. And Dan Lanning hates that. He hated it a week ago before half. He just told Allison, you cannot make these decisions and take points off the board. Throw it away if it is not there. But kind of like Spencer on the first one, the closing speed of Brantley to finish infuriates Gabriel.
As a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, Nick feels financially at ease, which means he can worry about other things, like crossing this river. What if his feet get wet? Did he bring extra socks? Are there salmon in the river? Are salmon aggressive? Nick has a lot of things to worry about. But as a member of Navy Federal, his finances aren't one of them. Become a member today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Free Holiday Inn Express breakfast, anyone?
Express yourself. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Express yourself. You don't ever need help from nobody else. All you got to do now.
Impressive. Enjoy our free, fresh, hot breakfast any way you like. Only at Holiday Inn Express, a part of IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Walmart deals are ready to drop. Shop October 8th through the 13th. And Walmart Plus members get early access to all the hot deals. Get ready to save big. Shop Walmart deals October 8th through the 13th.
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, anytime. 3 p.m. Fanta, 10 p.m. Sprite, 7:46 a.m. Coke. Yeah, you're built different. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
All right, let's run that again.
Geico has fast fare claims 24/7 right on the Geico app.
To file a claim, just tap.
Just tap right here to upload pictures, customer.
Try getting on a first name basis.
Sure. Vicky.
To track your status, just click. Super easy.
They're connecting with the mannequins.
You're doing great, everyone.
Ooh, you're a pro.
Scroll, tap, scroll. Ouch! Oh, I'm cramping.
Yeah, we've all been there.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
I overdid it. Like a showboat, I just overdid it.
The NLDS begins on Fox and FS1. The Mets battle Harper and the Phillies. And the Padres take on Ohtani and the Dodgers. Game 1, tomorrow on Fox and FS1.
Welcome back to Fox College Football, sponsored by KFC. It's finger licking good. A second red zone interception by Michigan State. They're still lathered up here, but it's rare that Dylan Gabriel has that happen twice.
Yeah, an anomaly a week ago, right? His first of the season there before halftime at UCLA, and two of them taking big points off the board.
Spartans backed up deep. Giles throws it over the middle, and a diving catch by Foster. First down, back to the pick.
You'll hear moment of truth with defenses and different players. Watch Dylan Gabriel come out on the play action right here. This is the moment of truth. Is this enough separation for me to throw it in there? And you know what, Jason? Against Boise, right? Against Idaho, that was. Against this Michigan State veteran crew, it's not. Spencer got him early. Brantley has the closing speed to finish, and that is two enormous takeaways in the red zone.
All of the turnovers in this game have been in the red zone. Major turning points. Lynch Adams on the run. Dylan Gabriel, 2 years at Oklahoma, 12 interceptions, 6 a year. It is highly rare. It's like total eclipse rare to have 2 in the red zone in one game.
And he knows it, and that's what is just most frustrating. It's one thing for Childs, who's learning on the fly, as we talked about, his 6th start. Nice catch from his security. blanket. As Aiden said, one of the guys that knew the system like he did when he transferred from Corvallis. And once again, these fans, these astute fans that know their ball, are going to make life difficult at the line of scrimmage.
Michigan State 1 for 4 on third down. Call it 3rd and 3. Felling in the slot. He'll look the other way, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Foster, and a miss for Childs, 4th down.
And it's all his feet, Jason. Just look at Childs' feet. Just watch these right here. It has been the big challenge this season with accuracy, especially to his left. Just never gets set. You've got to set your feet, put your foot in the ground. They can't move like that. You lose all your power. You see that? When he throws, he's on his front foot. So what does the ball do? Dies into the ground. But give some credit to the crowd, to the havoc in front of them, and the lack of fundamentals right there leading to that incompletion.
He's worked on it. He's used meditation, trying to take a breath, and that time he got sped up as Eckley boots it away. He's been tremendous so far tonight. This one's going to check up. Not as good of a punt to the 45-yard line.
I guess we'll see some run.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
How's your crystal ball? We're going to find out next.
I feel good. When I pull, I feel good.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
We were so thrilled we were pregnant with our second child, but my uterus ruptured. I was losing so much blood, and I needed an abortion to save my life. Mike Rogers said he supports all restrictions on abortion, and he backed 4 bills to ban abortion with no exceptions, even to save a woman's life. My husband would have been a widower, and my son would have been motherless, and that should not be up to Mike Rogers.
Win Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
There's some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. Voya helps you choose the right amounts without over or under investing, so you can feel confident in your financial choices.
Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected.
6 pieces of chicken, 4 sides, and biscuits? That's a big deal. Now this is the type of deal Dad loves.
Oh, this for $20? I tried to make it 21.
Legendary. Get your own big deal for $20. Coach Prime and KFC, way back, baby.
Fox College Football is sponsored by KFC. It's finger licking good. This one tonight is shades of the old Red Box Bowl in 2018 when the lone touchdown, looked like touchdowns are going to be extinct. Justin Herbert to Dylan Mitchell, 28-yard touchdown in the starting minutes of the 4th. Oregon leads the series 4-3. They'll play quite a bit more often now. But the offenses have been, let's say, stuck in the mud a little bit.
I mean, Oregon's run was great. 103 rushing yards in that first quarter. Those screen games been effective. I think you get back to trying to maul him and then a little play action pass.
Jordan James, 96 yards on the ground already. He'll go over 100 right here. Well, Brock, your intuition was strong.
It's not difficult, and once again, look at these big guys. In this case, it is Connerly that is just blocking down. In this counter game, or little pin and pull, has been super effective. Sadiq as well. You know the great thing about this tight end room, Jason?
What's that?
Is Ferguson, Sadiq, and Herbert all push one another. The competition has just made all of them grow. And develop.
Johnson, a little orbit motion there. James broke one tackle. Man, he's running like he's on fire tonight. There. And he's slammed down after a gain of 6.
Run. Well,
Michigan State allowed 185 yards on the ground to Ohio State last week. It's on tape. And Oregon's taking advantage of it right now.
Yeah, and this is what you do when your quarterback is throwing a couple picks. You don't go necessarily as punishment away from him, but the strength of this crew, certainly the last 3 weeks, 2 weeks, has been this offensive line. Lean on him.
Johnson breaks away from the formation. They'll run it again. It's Whittington, and he is stifled. Anthony Jones, the former Duck for a couple of games 2 years ago, sets up a 3rd down.
4-down territory?
Do you? It feels like 3 might be important in a game like this, the way the scoring's going.
The way your defense is playing?
I'm always team go for it, but tonight, I don't know. You're not satisfied.
It might be QB run as well if you get the right look.
They go empty, 3rd and 4. That's James to the left. They'll run that way. Yes, they do. Dylan Gabriel.
Frame, the ease of movements, and this is a great call. The quarterback's throwing a couple picks in the red zone. He's already run for 1 touchdown. Let him run again.
This is the way they did it against Jonathan Smith's Oregon State team in this building last year over Thanksgiving. 4th trip to the red zone for Oregon. James keeps his feet somehow and weaves his way to the 3. Have you seen this level of confidence in his steps so far this year? On tape?
In James?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just runs behind his pads. Doesn't he just look like, you hear scouts say that? Right, oh man, this guy really runs behind his pads. He got just such tremendous contact balance. And when you do watch him run, it's like a race car for Will Stein going around a bend. He just kind of lowers, right? And getting that center of gravity gets lower and tougher to tackle.
Washington back in. The defensive tackle is in there. They'll toss it wide. There's that race car in. Checkered flag, Jordan James.
Just perfect timing with all the motion and the mechanics here, Jason. You're going to see the motion come across. You're going to see Dylan Gabriel time that motion perfectly. So it just freezes that Michigan State defense for just a beat. Cal Halliday's got his eyes in the backfield for just 1 beat. And that's all it takes for Jordan James to get outside and win.
When you got to worry about Connerly because he's been a target before. Remember last year, they had him split out in the slot there. And eventually this looks like it's going to be an extra point try. 7 plays, all runs for Oregon. extra point is good. Andrew Boyle kicks it through. 14-0 Oregon. A rugged ground game has turned up at Autzen.
People call me a character coach. I don't coach one specific sport or team because I'm passionate about helping young people to find their purpose and identity outside of the court. Working with Thrivent on my finances, I felt like I could give more of my time and talent to help kids in my community. It's allowed me to live what I consider a truly rich life.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
It's time for a new era of chicken. A slow roasted era. A quesadilla-shaped era. A cheesy, saucy, era. The Cantina Chicken Quesadilla, only at Taco Bell.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick. And try new Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling. Mine found me at an early age. It was just a matter of how good I could get and how far I would go.
At Ram, our calling is to build trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Right now during Ram Power Days, get $4,000 cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Don't miss Ram Power Days. Hurry in today.
So to me, being a Spartan is strength, it's unity.
You can pick up from different perspectives and work with folks who have very different backgrounds.
The work we do is unique because we partner with the communities that we serve.
We want to make a difference in people's lives.
The whole is much bigger than the sum of the parts.
Michigan State University.
Spartans well.
Tubi is proud to be free for all small business owners. But it's also free for thugs and cronies who shake down small businesses for money. Because Tubi is free for everyone, and we mean everyone.
Coming up on the Fox College Football Halftime Show, UNLV is ranked for the first time ever and looking to stay unbeaten. Houston tries to get on the board after back-to-back shutouts. And the Big Noon Kickoff crew previews tomorrow's showdown at Happy Valley. Jason and Brock, fellas, we will see you at the half.
Mike, thank you very much. No mention of Syracuse in the promo of the UNLV game tonight. They got to earn it.
Sorry.
Q's got to earn it. Yes. Jordan Jace, 133 yards on the ground, averaging about 10.
Already a career high.
Yeah.
Wow. He's going to add to that.
Seems like every time we're here, there are echoes of that Oregon State game a couple years ago and how physical they were, and you can see the physicality from the defense.
I love sitting with Tosh Lavoie and learning football. The 3 keys all week, knockback, and you see it right in the middle, right there with Amari Washington, and then you see the fallback from Brandon Johnson falling into that because he's not got any responsibility, and the Tuioti closes. Knockback, fallback, close. Those were the elements preached over and over and over versus this outside zone that, let's face it, they're very familiar with in Jonathan Smith.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Receiving team, number 40. Half the distance to go from the succeeding spot. It's 1st and 10, Michigan State.
Why is that concept so important specifically against this type of run game?
As he said, teaching in threes, there's just a psychology behind that. And in this run scheme, that's how you defeat it. Right? You knock people back right in the middle of that line before it gets started. Then you make sure you've got eyes that are falling back into the play, and then you violently close. This isn't just about talent and speed and strength. It's about attention to detail. And Tosh does a great job teaching it.
First down, Childs. Sees the pressure from Birch. He bails again. Childs on the run, breaking it down and then leaning forward for the first down, it looks like.
This feels like a drive that's got to eat up a lot of that. Right, just one of those possessions, and Michigan State's done it this year against Maryland, against Boston College, heck, even early against Ohio State. Haven't done it today, as you can see with the fumble and 3 punts in a row, but they can possess the ball. They will get the ball to begin the second half.
It was not a favorable spot. They'll mark him short, 2nd and 1. Remember, the 2-minute timeout is in there as well. Carter changing direction and slipping a tackle. Carter is down after a first down gain to the 32. Tyshim Johnson finally took him down.
Yeah, that's the first run where you actually see movement, where you don't see Michigan State back into the line of scrimmage. And when you create that movement, you give Carter, Lynch, Adams, 2 very capable backs, the opportunity to have some space to operate. The one thing that's killed them this year is 31 negative tackles for loss. 31, last in the Big Ten. That has been the biggest disruptor to the offense, right alongside the turnovers.
Play action. Here comes Uiagalelei. Now Childs is wrapped up, and he holds on to the football. Betcher finished the deal for Washington.
And this is a really tough block for a tight end, Parachek. Trying to block these edge players, whether it is Tuioti, in this case Uiagalelei. Birch plays out on that edge. They just get upfield with tremendous speed, and then you're running for your life.
Betcher, we just had a shot of him smiling. Have you ever seen a center fielder like contact that much?
No, but he's feeling more and more like a linebacker and less like a center fielder, and that neck roll helps.
2nd down. Uiagalelei gets home, and Childs goes down.
Speed to power. Previous snap was all speed, right? Beating the tight ends. This is speed and then the power to go right through Lepo, right to the QB.
And now this drive, which needed to sap some time off, might be on its last legs.
I'll take it all the way down and take a timeout, maybe.
And they will. So if you're Michigan State here, 3rd and 13, what is on the menu?
Well,
what are your options?
That's what they were just discussing. Jonathan said, you figure it out. I'm the head coach and no longer the play caller, because this defense has just been ferocious. I love the big fella right in the middle of it. Caldwell is a dancing bear, but he's not the only one. All of them have gotten busy. Harmon against his former teammates, the sack there, the big hit, the recovery by of ends and outside linebackers, Uiagalelei and Tuioti, that can really run.
You mentioned how well they pass along information to each other. It's a team effort.
Yeah, communicate so well so they can, again, physically and mentally assault that quarterback.
Got to get to the 42. Childs sees the heat again, and it's a yellow rush one more time. Jordan Birch takes him down.
Now watch the little stunt inside. They do such a good job of this, of helping each other out. You can see the inside stunt that just creates the chaos, and then Birch is able to finish it from the edge. His 3.5 sacks. And he is just driving that poor, young, 300-pound redshirt freshman tackle right back into the lap of the quarterback.
It's just a bunch of angry highlighters running at you. The meanest pen case you've ever seen. Oregon should get it when we come back.
Let's go, we're in the building, baby. Ooh, that's crazy travel, man. Let's go. You was in the air for like 20 minutes. You saw that vertical? You saw that dude's vertical? That's what I'm talking about. Bucket, bucket.
Hey, there's a pharmaceutical commercial coming on.
The pharmaceutical commercial about eczema and itch is on right now?
It's starting.
Imagine this, a mild to moderate eczema treatment that targets inflammation at a key source right where you need it, without steroids. Nailed it. Imagine using one single cream to help clear skin and kick the itch. Oh, it's not imaginary. It's Opsilura, eczema treatment reimagined. Opsilura is proven to help clear or almost clear skin and significantly reduce itch fast. Imagine that.
Opsilura can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB or hepatitis B or C. Serious lung infections, skin cancer, blood clots, and low blood cell counts occurred with Opsilura. In people taking JAK inhibitors, serious infections, increased risk of death, lymphoma, other cancers, and major cardiovascular events have occurred. The most common side effect was the common cold.
Imagine a single steroid-free cream that provides eczema relief at your fingertips. That's Opsilura. Relief reimagined. Ask your eczema specialist about reducing itch fast with Opsilura.
Walmart deals are ready to drop. Shop October 8th through the 13th. And Walmart Plus members get early access to all the hot deals. Get ready to save big. Shop Walmart deals October 8th through the 13th.
Getting a fresh deal at Subway has never been easier. Just buy any footlong in the app, get another free. The only hard part is telling Travis he doesn't get to suck him footlong. Wait, seriously? I got you next time, buddy. Order now in the Subway app.
Thanks. What'd you get? Oh, I got another double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double hot, double calf, double sweet. Hey, did you know that Discover doubles your cash back at the end of the first year?
You are cut off.
You earn, we match.
Debbie.
Unlimited cashback match.
Fox College football is sponsored by Discover, the official credit card of the Big Ten Conference. The pageantry is pretty well unmatched here at Oregon. It is a phenomenal environment, and it's part of the reason they're 30-1 in their last 31 home games. We were here for that only loss against Washington, and that was sort of a star-crossed night. You know, fumble here, fourth down didn't go well. Probably could have won that game as well.
It just made it an event you got to be at.
Luckily to punt, the homestanding Ducks will get it back until Johnson waves for a fair catch. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary, sponsored by Splash. Pacific Life, creating financial security for nearly 160 years. The turnovers have been the story in large part. Michigan State, a costly one that just feels like the same story.
It does, and then you got to just throw in Oregon's run game. I mean, for Jordan James already to have a career high, Jason, on first down, they are averaging 13 yards a play. I mean, it's offset those red zone turnovers that you're absolutely right have been a part of the story. And if that last drive is all about runs, you know a shot is coming at some point on this drive.
With 3 timeouts and 113 seconds, and we will have a marker first.
Legal snap.
Oh, Poncho.
Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
How fun was he yesterday?
Oh, he's a joy to talk to.
I love O-linemen. They just have so much fun, and you said joy, humility. What a great kid.
A musician, a center, and a tremendous kid. Second chance on the run for James. It'll be second. Johnson changing direction, and I don't know that we've talked to anybody all year who's given us a better visual for what they do. He said he was great at playing tag growing up. He used to run on the top of the monkey bars, through the slide, everything to avoid the bigger kids. And he's still doing it as a college football player. Loads of time. Drop it off. Jordan James breaking a tackle, getting outside and out of bounds.
And by the way, never got caught.
Ever.
Yes.
With great pride, he said that to us, Tez Johnson.
So if O-linemen have that humility, that selflessness, maybe receivers got a little bit of athletic arrogance.
But you can picture it, right? You can picture him running around.
Running to the top of the monkey bars?
Yeah.
Yes.
There he is in motion, as always. Tez Johnson's in motion. Get it to him again. Johnson looking for contact with Spencer, dropping the shoulder.
And I love that. And his teammates do too. At 161 pounds, he's not just looking to duck out of the way. He took a shot against UCLA on a little end around that, I mean, you can't hit anybody harder. He was the first one to pop up. Could he have ducked out there? Sure. But he wants to put his shoulder right into Malik Spencer and say, I am here.
He hates coming out for blockers in practice. Still over a minute, which gives them time to run it again. Jordan James, another gash. Gain of 15.
I just keep sounding like a broken record, but watch Poncho as Jordan hobbles off right in the middle here. Watch Poncho, watch Terrence Ferguson. Look at him. It is pin, it is pole, it is coming around and just setting the table. There's nobody that touches him. There's not a Spartan before 10, 12 yards down the field, but that hit
Oregon
hurt.
That is their first
Reached for the knee immediately.
30 seconds.
But what a night. He's over 150 yards.
That one stings right now, and he is trying to fight through it because he's having a blast. He is loving the movement that is happening in front of him. That his first run of 20-plus on the season. But most of these highlights, look at where the contact is, Jason. It's not at the first level. It's hopping over the second level, and it is getting to that third level, or it's getting to the end zone.
Even with Bucky Irving here, he was a big-time touchdown maker, but he wasn't a bell cow. And now he's become that.
That's a great sign if you're an Oregon fan, as he's shooing away the trainer saying, I'm fine. I want to build on this career night because I want a 2. And that's very possible if he continues to get more touches.
2 timeouts left for Oregon. Gabriel got it away quickly. Trayshawn Holden gave some ground to pick up some more. It's a first down inside the 20.
And this is a little more the Dylan Gabriel we saw the first 4 weeks. Those feet are settled, right? Strong and firm in the ground. Conviction to put the ball right on the numbers.
Decisive again, this time on the check down. It's Whittington. They have 2 timeouts. We'll see if they use one here. Yes, indeed. Dan Lanning was going to run to the end zone if he had to.
Timeout, Oregon. That is their second and a half.
1 left for Oregon, 30 seconds. Michigan State will have the ball out of halftime. It feels imperative that they not give up 7 here.
And if you're Dylan Gabriel, it feels imperative. QB run has been highly effective, but this might be staying between the tackles and trying to create a matchup for Terrence Ferguson or Tez, and that's the advantage Will Kane has. He has mismatch makers galore.
I was going to say, the last word was to Ferguson before he entered the huddle. Does that mean anything to you as a quarterback?
Could be, and he's at the bottom of the screen right here, isolated.
Gabriel rolling that way. Throwing that way. End zone incomplete. Holden the target. Woods with the coverage. Third down.
That was a dot, as the kids like to say, and Holden knows it. Holden could have had a touchdown for the 4th straight game, as that one, I think, hits right off of his sternum. Fell down earlier on a route, made an extraordinary catch. And this time it just gets into his body a little bit, and Woods, give him credit for ripping it away.
Perfect timing by Woods.
It was. But that's one that Trayshawn will tell you, once it gets to my hands, it can't leave.
Quick snap. Gabriel right down the middle. What a change of direction for a first down for Tez Johnson.
Complete Tez Johnson.
One timeout. 17.
Spike it.
And they will. So that cost them 4 seconds. You have what? 2-3 plays here to the end zone. Yep. Timeout as well.
Yep, everything on that call sheet for Will Stein is available to him right here.
His wife is a Spartan. His family is full of Spartans on his wife's side.
So mother-in-law may not be rooting for me tonight. I'm rooting for a tight end to get a touchdown reception at some point this year.
She said to him, do you think you guys are going to beat us? He said, who's us? I thought we all were us. Throw for Gabriel. That's incomplete. He did want Ferguson. Third down coming up. Spencer's been really good tonight.
Sure has. Gives up some size, obviously, to Terrence Ferguson, but he's made up for it with his quickness, awareness. The Buford grad, it's been all over the ball. Amazing how quiet this place gets. They know their football, and they've seen a lot of good football this century.
They're part of the show. Timeout, Michigan State.
Timeout. Michigan State.
Well, you know, they have all the instructions, right? A little bit louder now, a little bit softer now. And they're a little bit softer now. Sunday, huge day of NFL football. 1 Eastern, the Browns take on the very accurate Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. Or at 4, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals take on Brock Purdy and the Niners. Check your local listings for the game in your area. It's all only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Jaden Daniels and Dylan Gabriel actually have had basically mirror image starts to their year, both over 80% coming into the week.
A bunch of gimmies, a bunch of easy completions. Not necessarily been the story tonight. They've taken a few shots down the field. I love the aggressiveness of the very first play call. A couple uncharacteristic turnovers down in the red zone.
They have Ferguson and Whittington together at the top of the formation, and then the bunch left. Third and goal. Gabriel lets it rip. End zone. Stewart. Touchdown. Wow.
When you played 54 games, Benetti, you will let it rip, as you're going to see Stewart do a beautiful job on this corner route of knowing where he is, securing the catch. Young quarterbacks, when they throw a couple picks in the red zone, you know what they become?
Tentative.
Exactly. Hesitant. I'm not going to pull the trigger. I got to see him before I throw it. Not Dylan Gabriel, and especially not on that throw.
Sappington back on for this extra point after Boyle hit the last one. It's good. Decisive throw in Oregon with a late first half. Meaningful touchdown in this game.
Anticipation and accuracy right there alongside decision making, right? Watch when Dylan Gabriel throws this ball. He's got a corner route right here, a little corner route, and the ball is out of his hands before he's even out of his break. Again, watch. Doesn't feel the pressure. You got a little pressure, and that ball is out into the one spot that Evan Stewart can go get it. Young quarterbacks, you're throwing 2 picks, don't throw it with that anticipation. They hold it. Is he open? I can't throw a third interception. Dylan Gabriel says, flush it, play the next play, and play with anticipation.
So look, Dylan Gabriel climbing the charts in college football. The all-time passing touchdown leader is Case Keenum. He's 20 away from that. But that touchdown there was a response, it looked like, to the throw that maybe he left a little short that Brantley picked off on the right side of the end zone.
Yes,
right?
Similar concept, but from the pocket, there's a comfort level, right? There's I know what it's looked. When I get outside the pocket, the timing of those plays, Jason, can change, and that calculus of when to pull the trigger can change. Not right there. You had no time. You got to let it rip.
Speaking of change, the Duck has changed. He was wearing a Vote for Pedro Napoleon Dynamite shirt in the pregame. Dylan Gabriel has looked a little like Uncle Rico here in the first half. 21-0 Oregon with the lead.
Yeah, but Oregon defensively has looked like the number 6 team in the country, and Aiden Childs like this is a nightmare. I mean, Dylan's flushed a couple mistakes. This could easily be a 35-0 game, right? Or 35-7 if Michigan State doesn't fumble, but run game difficult. Pass protection worse. Oregon's defense looks like it's ready for the Buckeyes rolling in here in 8 days.
15 runs, 22 yards for Michigan State. That's a yard and a half on the ground per touch. Dan Lanning and Oregon 23-1 together when up at halftime, but that loss, the head coach on the other side was there for. Oregon the lead at halftime. Mike and Emmanuel in Los Angeles. They have the halftime show right now.
Away from 26 in a row against unranked teams as we welcome you inside our LA studios. Mike Hill, the great Emmanuel Acho, hanging out with you. Despite an uncharacteristically slow start by Dylan Gabriel, Oregon is dominating this football game thanks to the, what do you call them, the angry highlighters? That's the defense, I suppose, and, of course, that strong running game of Oregon.
No doubt about it. It's a very interesting first half if you're a Ducks fan. Dylan Gabriel, he definitely showed composure late in the game. You see right there throwing that strike. But, again, it should be a 35-0, 35-7 ball game. Now, you see the resilience. You love that. But, again, Ducks fans, here's where I caution you. Dylan Gabriel, he has 3 low red zone interceptions in the last 6 quarters. For a quarterback that will finish his college career with the most starts in the history of college football, a quarterback that has 54 starts across 3 different conferences, you would hope you wouldn't see those low red zone interceptions. Again, Ohio State is on the map next week. You're not playing just to beat Michigan State. Right. You're playing to beat Ohio State. So as a Duck fan, if you are one, you should be excited because you're up 21 skunk. But in the same breath, you're not playing as good a football as you have or you are capable of playing. Great job with the pass rush. Great job with the running game. But the fearless leader, Dylan Gabriel, he has to be cleaner in a game like this.
Isn't it good to get it out of the way right now against Michigan State? Because Ohio State will take advantage of that next week.
You have to make sure that you're getting it out of the way, though. See, for me, the caution is Gabriel shouldn't be making these uncharacteristic mistakes. If this was his 5th start, sure. His 54th start, you don't want to see it. Okay. So just make sure you can get it cleaned up, get it flushed out the system. The running game has been good. The pass rush has been great. But you need to make sure that the quarterback is on time, make sure he's accurate, and make sure it's not just his mind that wants to make the throw. You need to have the will to make the throw, but also have to have the skill to execute the throw.
Started 5 for 11, 2 interceptions, ended 7 of his last 9 with that touchdown pass to end the half right there. Jordan James, by the way, 151 yards. That carries any week against Ohio State, Michigan State. Doesn't care about, it could be your mama's state. He's getting the job done. Oregon, 1 half to go before they complete another win. Hey, James Franklin and Penn State, they're off to a 4-0 start, but will things be different for the Nittany Lions when playoff time approaches? And UNLV is in the top 25, but Syracuse is looking to knock the Rebels down in Vegas. Highlights from Allegiant Stadium. Coming up next.
Save. Hey, Jake from State Farm. What's going on here?
Coach saves so much bundling home and auto with the personal price plan, he decided to bundle practice with ballet.
Bundle. Save. Doesn't that just say bundle and save?
Hey, Hutch, less talky, more dancey. Double time. Boodle it, save.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
I want to see that on game day.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Know what's happening in college football right now? Players switching teams switching conferences. It changes every second, but big noon. It's on the same time and same channel on every TV in the country. College football is complicated, but big noon? Hey, Hudge fan.
The Honda HR-V with impressive sporty style, inside and out. from the brand named 2024 Best Value Brand by Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Honda, the power of dreams.
Pat Ryan is a different kind of Democrat. As county executive, he cut property taxes and fought to lower housing costs, combated illegal gun and drug trafficking, and read hundreds of bedtime stories.
Yep.
In Congress, Pat demanded Biden secure the border, forced Central Hudson to pay back $60 million, and built the Statue of Liberty. Congressman Pat Ryan, West Point graduate, combat veteran, living room wrestling champion.
I'm Pat Ryan, and I approve this message.
Celebrate with big savings on top-rated pieces during Raymore and Flanagan's anniversary sale. Save $1,200 on the Wilkinson sectional. Save $700 on the Magnolia Park bedroom set. And save $600 on the Ashford dining set. Plus, enjoy discounts on 5-star sofas, recliners, and more. Shop top-rated mattress brands in stock and ready for free next-day delivery. Or take advantage of financing and pay no interest for 72 months. Celebrate and save big at Raymore and Flanagan's anniversary sale.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new 2024 Tacoma for just $339 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Watch Steve Lacy and Natasha Verma on the 5 and 10 o'clock news on Fox 5.
Is there any other place you'd rather be?
Walking away from you.
Deion Sanders, everybody! O'Brien! Chris Webber! Archie Griffin! Birthday boy, Matthew McConaughey, everybody! Rob! Big move! What can get better than this? Absolutely nothing! Money bag! Yo! Austin! DJ Khaled! MCK! Tom P.N.K. all day!
Always a party. Tomorrow, big noon kickoff heads to Happy Valley as 7th-ranked Penn State hosts UCLA. Coverage begins at 10 a.m. Eastern on Fox. For a preview, here's Rob Stone and the fellas.
It's empty now, but come tomorrow, over 106,000 will be inside Beaver Stadium. It is a striped-out Saturday in Happy Valley as Penn State up 2 spots to number 7 this week, get set to host UCLA on Fox. And once again, Nittany Lions off to an impressive start. For the 4th consecutive season, they are 4-0 to begin a campaign. The problems have emerged after these strong starts. They've gone a combined 16-11 in the games that followed the last 3 seasons, and that includes an 0-6 record against Ohio State and Michigan. Of course, the good news for the Nittany Lions, those 2 programs not in Happy Valley on Saturday. It's UCLA. So we keep talking, Coach. Is this the year that Penn State finally gets to the playoffs? What's different about this year's team compared to the last couple of years?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They're a very good team on offense, defense, good players all over the field. I coached against this outfit for 7 times. And it's not an offensive defensive problem, Mark. It's a Buckeye and Wolverine problem.
You're right.
And all due respect to UCLA in the first 4 weeks, problems don't get identified. They don't play the Wolverines. They do go to USC next week. Problems may surface. And then November 2nd against Ohio State, we'll find out if there are still problems.
Yep. The difference to me is the big playability of this offense. 20 big plays in the first 4 games, over 7.5 yards per play. That's top 10 in the FBS. And this offensive line, led by their center, Nick Dawkins, they're being physical, and they're moving the ball, and they're moving the line of scrimmage. Andy Kotelnicki is featuring his playmakers, Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, Tyler Warren, and they're producing in a variety of ways. And that's great for their quarterback, Drew Aller. That'll make him comfortable and in a rhythm.
The difference for me, and I think the way in which they're solving that Ohio State and Michigan problem, even though they don't have them on the schedule this year, is Andy Kotelnicki and the job that he's done fully utilizing the talent of Drew Aller at quarterback. You talked about the big plays. It's not just the downfield throwing. It's also that 10 to 20-yard kind of chunk play routes that you're getting from him where he's been more accurate than he was a season ago, and they're taking more shots in those spots. So guys like Amari Evans and Trey Wallace and Tyler Warren are seeing the football now in the intermediate portion of the field, Matt. So he's a better passer now from the short, intermediate, and downfield passing game.
Yeah, the whole narrative coming into the season was the new offensive coordinator, and can they maximize the talent of Drew Aller and that arm strength? I love the short, intermediate throws. You see the big plays here. It's also his ability to take care of the football. As a quarterback, you want to take that next step. It's operated the offense flawlessly, but it's also taking care of the football. 39-3 is his touchdown to interception ratio since the beginning of last year. That's number one. Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel are in there in the top 5. That's how good of football he's playing. His development coach is key for their success this year.
And a win tomorrow. They're halfway towards their third straight 10-win season. 10 wins aren't the problem. Ohio State's the problem. Michigan's the problem. Getting to the playoffs, the problem for Penn State. Coming up tomorrow on Big Noon Kickoff, Dan Lanning, the Oregon head coach, will join us live. Oh, Mark's ready to talk about, is it Cafe Gente? Cafe Gente is open for business, and James Franklin will be on the field with our Joel Klatt.
Cafe Gente, because the man likes to eat. Greedy, too.
Acho, we know the situation with Penn State, right? Tied for the most wins in the playoff era without going to the playoffs.
Yeah,
we know they can't beat Michigan, Ohio State. So will this year's Penn State team, with the expanded playoffs, be a playoff team?
If you can't beat them, you join them. But if you can't beat them, avoid them.
Okay.
And the good thing this year is Penn State doesn't have to play Michigan. Penn State has never had a Penn State problem. It has a Michigan problem. It has an Ohio State problem, but they don't play Michigan this year. Here's the great news for college football fans or Penn State fans. You play Ohio State November 2nd. What that means is this. They have 4 weeks to climb back atop the charts in the event they do lose that game. Remember, Penn State has not lost a football game in the regular season since 2022 to teams that are not named Michigan, to teams that are not named Ohio State. Penn State would have made the college football playoffs in 6 of the last 10 years based upon this new format. Penn State has never had a Penn State problem. They just so happen to play in a conference with 2 elite college football teams more often than not.
And this year, they might actually beat Ohio State. Drew Allen's playing outstanding right now. That running game, that rushing attack, that two-headed monster is great. And they finish with Washington, Purdue, Minnesota, and Maryland, all winnable games after they play Ohio State. They do have USC on October 12th at USC, though. Tomorrow, the NLDS begins with the Phillies hosting the Mets at 3:30 Eastern on Fox. And then the Dodgers battle the Padres on FS1. That is at 8 Eastern time. Hey, Houston has been struggling for offense until tonight, until Zion Chris took over under center and making a statement for the Cougars. We got highlights of their game coming up. And who's making a statement for Oregon right now? It's not Dylan Gabriel. It's Jordan James.
Who that there?
Jordan James. 21-0. Oregon up at the half.
High speed goes zoom, 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 zoom. My feet go boom, boom, boom. Walking away from you.
At Burger King, we flame grill our burgers. Why? Because that's how it should be done. Hot, juicy, smoky, flame grilled, and made your way. Come experience the flame grilled difference with 2 Whopper Juniors for just $5.
What is the dumbest thing you've ever wasted money on?
I was paying for 2 Netflix accounts over like 3 years.
How'd you figure that out?
I saw an app that shows you all the monthly subscriptions you have and how much you're paying.
What is the app called?
Rocket Money.
Dispatch, we have a problem.
Chlorine gas.
Think of this as a poison cloud of death. We're looking at the worst mass casualty event in the history of Texas.
Oh, God.
It's heading in your direction. Why are you still there?
We're looking for a missing victim.
That gas is coming into this room. Tell your dad to take good care of my girls.
911 Lone Star, the final season, all new Monday on Fox.
This is an election year unlike any other.
That's why you need America's #1 most watched news source. Stay with us.
All the way to election night.
The candidates
Are ready.
Americans across the country are ready.
And so are we.
Democracy 24.
Your freedom, your vote.
Fox News.
America is watching.
Tom Brady, the broadcaster? Guy's got everything in the world. Why do it? Tommy, why?
Yeah, Tommy. Why don't you lay on a beach getting fat on pina coladas? Why not buy a soccer team? Got one. Dude, why would they ask why? What are they even talking about? Kid, what they're really asking is, why don't you quit football? They don't understand that you live and breathe for football. Because you're Tom freaking Brady.
And one day, maybe the greatest there ever was.
Back to work. Are you ready?
This is the Fox 5 Halftime Report.
Good evening, I'm Natasha Verma.
And I'm Steve Lacey here with your halftime report. The NYPD increasing security outside Jewish houses of worship. Monday will mark 1 year since the October 7th attack by Hamas in Israel. Events are planned in commemoration of that day. This comes during the Jewish high holidays, which began this week with Rosh Hashanah and continue into next week with Yom Kippur.
All right, time for a quick check of the forecast. Nick joins us now. Hey, Nick.
Hello there. Just looking for a few light showers late tonight, mostly over the northern suburbs. Once those go along, sunshine's back for both Saturday and Sunday, and it'll be temperatures in the 70s as we head into the weekend. Something to look forward to, but beware, cooler weather arrives next week.
Very well. All right. Thanks, Nick. That's your halftime report.
We'll see you for the news after the game. Now enjoy the rest of Michigan State at Oregon.
I am as excited as you at home. The eyes of the college football world are upon us. And it's caught! Spectacular catch! Oh my goodness! Look at the kid go! The end zone! Touchdown! Prime time! If you don't love college football, you don't have a pulse. Oh my gosh! It's a touchdown! Welcome to college football! Are you sure? This isn't heaven? This is heaven, I tell you what.
Alabama, your new number one team in the nation. UNLV appeared at number 25 in this week's AP poll, the first ever top 25 ranking for the Rebels in football. Tonight, they put their 4-0 record on the line against Syracuse and former Ohio State transfer Kyle McCord with Quint Allen. That's man.
Ooh, my God, sit down, young man, sit down. Dance, boogie.
Hajj Malik Williams with his team down by 7, handles the bad snap, and then handles it himself.
They out there hitting today, Mike.
I like it.
They out there hitting.
This football, right?
They out there hitting.
Playing some football here, tied at 14. Jake Stonehouse not playing football. He's on special teams, and he can't handle it.
He thought that was going to go different. Like in his head,
sure
he thought that would go different.
And, of course, the ensuing drives, they take over. Malik Williams, Casey Kane. Shout out to Kane Tejada for the Power Series. I love that series. 21-17. Right now, UNLV up. Hey, Donovan Smith was the starter for Houston. Is now Zion Chris. Got started, was effective tonight.
Chris had a really good game. I mean, 15 of 18 through the air. 1 touchdown pass, solid performance.
Cougars struggling all season, up 7-0, up 17-0 here. Josh Hoover trying to bring his boys back. Savion Williams.
Josh Hoover.
Big Meech. Larry Hoover. Chris, though, right back. Doing it himself. Okay. Chris is crisp.
Mike, you might have been able to take that one in.
I could.
You might have been able to take
Shout
that
out
one
to Acho's mom who's in the studio right now. Look at her little boy.
Love you.
19. Houston beats TCU. Trayshawn Holden, watch this catch on the ground right now. I heard pants on the ground. How about catching on the ground right now? Oregon doing it all. Getting it done right now.
Sir.
First half, second half coming up next.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. CJ Stroud putting up points with My Lowe's Rewards.
He is really cleaning up.
Come on, man.
It's the cart. He's got all the cleaning supplies in his cart.
In-store, online, our Lowe's team has you covered.
What's up at DQ? 2 sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets. All white meat chicken in your choice of wing famous flavors like honey barbecue or Parmesan garlic. Hurry in. Wing joint flavor is at DQ. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Do what I do. Fox Animation Domination is here to save your Sunday.
Like give it a kidney?
Including TV's #1 comedy, Universal Basic Guide.
Come on, get it out. Spit it out. Come on.
I think we're done here.
All new Fox Animation Domination, Sunday on Fox.
I'm Laura Gillen, and I approve this message.
Here's what official court and police documents say about Anthony D'Esposito's record as a cop. He was accused of lying under oath, costing taxpayers $250,000. D'Esposito was reckless, known for flashing his gun, accused of driving while intoxicated, and even lost his service weapon, which was then stolen by a criminal. Anthony D'Esposito, abusing his power, disgracing the uniform. We can't send him back to Congress.
class-leading safety features at every turn. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $229 a month, or get 1.99% APR, or up to $1,250 bonus cash. Hurry in.
I want to be a game changer in construction. I want to be able to provide diversity in the workforce, and it starts at the top.
Our community is eclectic, it's diverse. They find that one thing that brings them back every day. And it's not the coffee, it's the energy, and it's the people.
We realized there was a real business opportunity in frozen foods, so we pivoted to that. And nowadays, we are building a banana empire.
Popeye's wings are the official wing of watching football. Win the wing game every week with 7 signature flavors, including new sweet and smoky chipotle. We don't make sense, we make chicken.
Have that chicken from Popeyes.
Football on Fox 5. Brought to you by your local Ford stores. Featuring the only lineup that's built Ford proud. Join Rosanna Scotto and Kurt Menefee for Good Day New York, weekdays 7 to 10 a.m. on Fox 5.
Welcome back to Fox College Football, sponsored by KFC. It's finger licking good. They ain't worried about it. Oregon up 21-0 on Michigan State as we take a look at our first half stats, sponsored by Belfour Property Restoration. And if you were sitting next to your telestrator, Brock Hewitt, I feel like you would circle the rushing yards.
Which one?
The rushing yards.
You think so?
Yeah, you're doing it in your mind right now.
You know me. You're like my wife. You know what I'm thinking before I even say it.
Scary place to be.
Almost 400 yards rushing, on pace for that with 192 in the first half. And you know what? It was a symphony of destruction at the point of attack. Yes, Jordan James did all the damage, and the yards are in his column, but just look at the guys doing the damage up front, just assaulting that front seven. And it was tackles, tight ends, receivers. It was all of them that got involved. And then defensively, man, you said it best. It was just like a bunch of angry highlighters. I mean, they just hit you and hit you and hit you. That was a huge turnover on the opening drive of Michigan State. There's Harmon against his old buddy, bringing him to the turf. And yeah, the score doesn't really tell the story because of 2 interceptions in the red zone by Dylan Gabriel, but that was a dominant first 30 minutes.
What musical instruments are in the Symphony of Destruction is the question I'm left with.
Don't want to know.
Okay. Downstairs, Allison Williams.
Well, with Dan Lanning's defense getting ready to come back on the field, really pleased in the first half with just how sound they've been. They've kept everything in front of them and done a really good job of controlling Michigan State quarterback Aiden Childs from scrambling. As for Jonathan Smith and this offense, he said we have to find a way to get something going. They're just struggling to convert right now. He said a lack of a run game has led to a lack of protection. They have to find a way to stay on the field and help his defense out a little bit.
This opening drive will tell the tale of that in a big way. They deferred, so they have it out of halftime as the freshman Marsh, who had a big catch early, is in motion, and he'll throw it to Velling, the tight end, with his second grab. This is the second half against Ohio State, Oregon's next opponent last week.
Yeah, the Spartans moved the ball in the first half, but just got nothing going. And the challenge was a lot of what we're seeing in the first 30 minutes. It's young, inexperienced offensive line, a young quarterback. And when you become one-dimensional, it's a problem.
They threw it for 6 on first down. It's a run for Childs, straight up the middle, and he gets belted across the 40-yard line by Tysheem Johnson, who had that nice pick last week at the Rose Bowl.
And again, I said earlier, like Childs' highlight reel, like if you were just, a recruit, you're putting your huddle plays on old YouTube, his highlight reel is pretty good. He can throw it, he can run it, he's got tremendous acceleration. You just saw him there bust the angle of the secondary player. It's minimizing the lowlights that'll be the real key for him in the second half and, frankly, the rest of the season.
Turnovers have just been enormous for Michigan State in this 3-2 start. Childs along the right side. Tuioti in pursuit. He got a hand on him and then eventually finished off by Jeffrey Bassa. Second down coming up.
And Jack Belling there out in front doing his best, Terrence Ferguson. You saw that exact play from Oregon earlier on a touchdown by Dylan Gabriel. Nice adjustment here from a veteran staff. Jonathan Smith, Brian Lindgren, a bunch of the staff came with him from Corvallis. Not a surprise to have some answers here on the opening drive, the opening script.
Against an Oregon run defense that did allow 192 yards to Ashton Jeanty of Boise State, a Heisman candidate in week 2. They'll run it again with Lynch Adams, and he's going to be short by about a yard. 3rd and 1.
It was interesting asking Brian Lindgren, what do you see with Oregon? You played him so many times, and he did not hesitate. Length. I mean, big people that can move. And in this building, feed off their crowd.
Third and 1. Childs changing direction to get the first down, and he nearly gave it back. Savage spiked him down. He was thinking about giving a little ground there, and instead he just took the hit.
He's capable of doing this. Again, he's got excellent athleticism. As you're going to see the play get bottled up in front of him, and he can feel that cutback come wide open. Birch not quite able to seal that edge on the backside, and Childs takes it, and for one of the rare occasions on 3rd down, actually moves those chains.
How about on that play? They brought in Brandon Tullis, the freshman from Dallas, as the tailback. Now Lynch Adams is back into Oregon territory off play action, and he is drilled. Birch closes the deal.
You know what? That's just not fair. I mean, watch this strength. Not only does Birch move like a running back wide receiver that he used to be, he then just absolutely ragdolls the offensive lineman. I mean, just tosses him. It's Ashton Lepo. That's 308 pounds.
He had a high school coach say he was too slow to play offense.
That's their first and a half. This will be a full media timeout.
21-0 Oregon.
Wow. What a Friday night matchup.
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night. Friday.
Fox College Football Friday nights, sponsored by KFC.
Bring the phone you love and get one line for $25 a month when you switch to Straight Talk. Plus, get a $200 credit for a new phone after 12 months. With Straight Savings, you save now and later. Straight Talk. Real unlimited data. Less dollars, more cents.
Restoration is more than walls. It's more than paint. It's more than cleaning. That's the thing we'll never forget. For Belfour, it's your memories. It's your life's passion. It's your home. Belfour, restoring more than property.
I know 20 of you, and you're rich as hell. We're going to give you tax cuts. We're going to pay.
I'm not rich as hell. I'm the one that really needs the break, not the people that are already rich and have the money. The 1% don't serve anybody but themselves. So for them to get a tax break, no, that's not cool. Kamala Harris is going to make billionaires pay their fair share, and she's going to cut taxes for working people like me. I'm Buddy, and I'm not rich as hell, and I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
Is the intimidation real?
I got perfect ACT score.
Or are these players bluffing?
Are you serious? I don't know what to believe anymore.
The Floor, all new Wednesday after The Masked Singer on Fox.
I know you love collectives of animals, Brock.
Yes.
The collective for a group of Oregon State Beavers is a colony of beavers, and they came along in some regard with Jonathan Smith to Michigan State.
They did a lot of experience there. Not a ton of players. 3 veterans, a couple kids that have been committed to them, and Johnson and Young, 2 really good young tackles. But a bunch of coaching experience that will pay dividends down the road.
Second down and long. Pressure again. Got there again. Caldwell couldn't get his mitts on him. Childs throws it downfield and incomplete. It was on the hands of Glover. Oh, he had it, Brock.
He sure did. And I talk about those feet. When you're in the pocket as a thrower, they can be problematic when they're moving. When you are a dual threat runner, watch him change direction, short area quickness, get outside. And he gave Glover an opportunity here that just couldn't be corralled.
Credit to Brandon Johnson, who didn't give up on the play and at least gummed up the works a little bit on the back end.
Had to have that. If you're Michigan State, had to have that shot.
3rd and 17. Birch is on the way again. Childs' throw is low and incomplete for Glover. Sped up the feet a little bit.
Yeah, he could feel Birch and he could feel Harmon right in the middle. This D-line plays off the scribe.
You can feel that?
You do, and you just feel that step advantage. You feel that quickness, and when they have the twitch and the size that they do, it can become a nightmare for offensive lines to handle.
The sound you just made said it all on its own. Says Johnson back to receive. Eckley's punt to the sideline and a fair catch at the 21. Johnson. Oregon's offense has been dynamic. The defense has been a wall. 21-0. The unbeaten Ducks in the 3rd.
Okay, trainees, let's work on our fast and friendly claim service.
Eyes on the phone now.
Look alive, Drew.
Your repairs have been scheduled. Nice.
Yes, you'll get a rental car on site.
Heads up. Oh, I'm going to turn this down to an 8. My bad.
We can do this all day. Geico claim service is 24/7. Nice catch.
Your claim has been approved. Your claim has been approved.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Don't freak out, but you can get 50% off all menu price Domino's pizzas when you order online right now.
Right now?
Right now. Right now?
Right now?
Right now.
50% off, honey! Right now!
Now through the end of the week, get 50% off all menu price pizzas when you order online at Domino's.
On Chewy, save 35% and shop all your favorite brands. For any taste or any diet, at prices you love, delivered fast. For low prices, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Feast your eyes on this.
That's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Well, can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not going to beg, but pretty please.
Or they don't. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
From this can't miss moment to this hello new grandpa moment to that whatever this is moment. Your moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older, or 60 or older with certain chronic conditions, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. You have options. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine. Because moments like these matter.
Drew Aller and Penn State take on UCLA.
Watch out!
Big noon Saturday, only on Fox.
The NLDS begins on Fox and FS1. The Mets battle Harper and the Phillies, and the Padres take on Ohtani and the Dodgers. Game 1 tomorrow on Fox and FS1.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Geico. Get more with Geico. This is not an exaggeration to say that one of, if not the loudest roars from this crowd tonight, despite 3 Oregon touchdowns, was for these cancer survivors ringing the bell.
Pretty special. We say this all the time about sport. It's communal. In venues like this one, right, that have just become an event that people have got to be a part of, really highlight, bringing people together.
If you missed it earlier, Oregon wearing these yellow jerseys that were designed by the Lanning family to celebrate the heroes who helped Sophia Lanning, Dan's wife, recover from cancer years ago. As you see the offense for Oregon on the ground so far tonight.
Yeah, that rushing game has just been terrific, and honestly been the big fellas, the tight ends, everybody getting involved, the receivers blocking. That's what it takes to have that kind of production. Again, this is a salty Big Ten veteran front seven that they have gashed a bunch.
Second down throw, Gabriel got it over the middle. Tez Johnson wheeling and firing all the Pistons for a first down. Look at the moves, the arsenal he has.
Well, this is just a mismatch. This is good coordinating. This is getting Tez on a weak side linebacker on a little option route, and there's no chance. There's not a weak side linebacker in college football that can cover that. I don't know if there are many, honestly, Jason, in the NFL that can cover that. So kudos to Will Stein, that scheme, creating matchups, and putting Tez Johnson in space.
He's got a wide array of dance steps, though. I mean, you see he puts a foot in the ground, a jagged step, and a spin. And now first down. It's James out of the Wildcat, running behind Tez Johnson, who threw his body at nobody. It was a good effort on the block. James ends up on. No, he did.
No, he
gave the effort.
Why would you say something like that? He's like 10 pounds heavier than you, Benetti. He's 161 pounds.
Fun to watch him give everything. He just happened to miss.
He was courageous.
And so they'll give it to him in space. Tez Johnson. What would you call that formation? Quarterback.
Tez Johnson.
What do you call it?
There is no name.
Okay. It's a swinging gate that never swung. It's a stationary gate. Good snap on the throw, and a little comeback for Ferguson to get the hands underneath. Oregon's cooking now.
Once again, it is just the body control of this guy that's unique and why he's going to be a good one at the NFL level. This is not a great throw. Once again, you're getting a matchup on a weak side linebacker in space. And that ball he's expecting in front of him is a catch and run, but instead, I mean, honestly, it looks like a 6', 200-pound receiver, right? Going down effortlessly to dig that one out, and he just happens to be 6'5", 255.
Just as low into the ball game, and he puts it on the ground. Second down. You mentioned Travis Kelce earlier and in the Oregon State game as a comp.
It's just the way they move. They move with an ease that is just not typical of guys their size. And then when you look at their frame, and you're going to go to the combine, and he's going to measure very similarly. They're so savvy in space, the body control. He just showed that off. And while he's not found the end zone this season, he's found it 13 times in his career, one away from the school record. He'll be a difference maker at the next level, too.
Second here in tight end catches overall as Whittington's got the run. He's 5th in tight end yards. He's 3rd in tight end touchdowns behind Josh Wilcox and Justin Peel from your area.
And then he just plays the game kind of like Kelce does. He sees it through the quarterback's lens. He was not a high school quarterback. Unbelievably productive there in Colorado in high school, at Heritage High School. He sees the game like a quarterback. And it's beneficial. Michigan State up, showing an all-out blitz, what looks like a cover 0.
come with it. They'll back off a couple. Gabriel steps up, snaps it off. Right down the middle, incomplete for Stewart through his hands. And he is down through the back of the end zone. Stewart went high and lost control of his body to brace himself.
Look at Poncho right in the middle of it. I think you can hear him complaining, but watch the center here. This didn't happen week 1 or 2. This was a blitz they saw against Boise State, and they did not have that kind of communication. Poncho sees it. He gives Dylan a chance. An all-out effort from Stewart.
We'll check on him when we come back.
If you have advanced prostate cancer, you know all about perseverance. You believed in your team, even when it hurt. You met the challenge piece by piece. You didn't quit then. Don't start now. If you've had hormonal and chemotherapy, ask your doctor about Pluvicto, a different type of treatment for PSMA-positive metastatic prostate cancer that targets PSMA-positive cancer cells so you can be you for longer. And that's no small victory. Pluvicto involves contact with radioactivity, which may increase the risk for cancer and cause fetal harm. Drink plenty of fluids, urinate often, use contraception, and talk to your doctor about ways to reduce the risk of exposing others to radiation during and after treatment. Pluvicto can cause low levels of blood cell counts, kidney problems, and infertility. Tell your doctor if you have weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, bleeding or bruising more easily, an infection, or changes in urination. Side effects include tiredness, dry mouth, nausea, appetite loss, and constipation. Here's to never giving up. Ask your doctor about Pluvicto for more everyday victories.
Soft drinks are just $1 at Wendy's. Any size, anytime. 3 p.m. Fanta, 10 p.m. Sprite, 7:46 a.m. Coke. Yeah, you're built different. Dollar soft drinks, any size, gotta be Wendy's.
Can you save water using a less than full dishwasher?
We do it every night.
Do it with Cascade Platinum Plus. 1 load of dishes in the sink uses 24 gallons of water, while a dishwasher uses less than 4 per cycle. So do it with Cascade, the surprising way to save water.
This is the hotel breakfast.
It looked different online.
Do you children like eggs? Here, they make your bones grow.
It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. Hi, guys. Look alive.
Is it fine, Daryl?
I'm starving.
When free hot breakfast can make or break your day, it matters where you stay.
Go get 'em.
Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
The Browns take on the Commanders, or Kyler Murray leads the Cardinals. Wow! Against Brock Purdy and the Niners.
Awesome run.
It's a huge day of football. Sunday on Fox, home of Super Bowl 59.
Tomorrow morning, Big Noon Kickoff live, 10 a.m. Eastern from Happy Valley. James Franklin, LeVar Arrington joined the show, plus Ashton Genty may be ready to join Club Heisman. Matt Leinart, Mark Ingram break it all down. UCLA against Penn State at noon. Big game of the Big Ten, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And if Oregon's going to go places, the kicking game needs to be solid. And it's going to be a field goal for Andrew Boyle with some distance. About 50 here for Boyle, who missed all of last year with injury. First week, he's not been on the injury report this year. From straight away from 50, and this one is true. That's big news for Oregon.
Dan Lanning knows it too. He knows Ohio State, Michigan, the rest of this Big Ten schedule. You're going to have to make big kicks. It can't just all be touchdowns and explosive plays. Atticus Sampington a long of 48 in his career, so a little bit outside his range. And as you mentioned, getting Boyle back, a big deal.
And now a word from Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Welcome to Hampton by Hilton. Big game tomorrow. You guys ready?
Oh, we're ready, Gus.
Which way's our room?
Bring it in. 301, 2 queens, best sleep guaranteed.
So comfy.
Nailed it. 1, 2, 3. Bravo!
Syrup.
They're hungry for the win. Big time.
When you're playing to win, it matters where you stay. Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Gus and Joel are such professionals. They actually sleep in their suit and tie, getting ready for Big Noon.
Well, they got to get up early.
I love those people at the hotel. They're like, is that Gus and Joel crushing the continental breakfast? It is. 24-0 Oregon. And the kickoff from Sappington. Rich Adams from the 2. And he is hemmed in beautifully by the coverage team of the Oregon Ducks.
All right, this is culture building time. I mean, you could see it, just a domination by Oregon, almost 4-1 there offensively in yards. But for Jonathan Smith, these final 20-some minutes on the clock, it's important that Childs grows up. It's important that you minimize mistakes. His whole thought is to get better as the season goes on. We'll get better as this game goes on as well.
They're in the middle of 7 straight games against either ranked teams or teams that have been ranked at some point this season, so it's not going to get any easier. A little momentum goes a long way. The ball's on the ground. Marsh trying to track it down, and he's on it at about the 9, but that is another microcosm of how this has gone.
And this happened so fast, and it's all about the timing. As you see Marsh, and that ball is right in his belly. Oftentimes, as a QB, you can put it a little bit high or a little bit hot. That one hit him in the belly, and he just had his eyes up to the young freshman of what was coming his way before he secured it.
See all the talking from Oregon defensively. Bassa in the middle of it. Giles gets to the edge and creates some room. He just got shoved down by Birch. 3rd down coming up. That's been their best play so far.
It has, but Birch can move, man. If he helped himself in the NFL's eyes a week ago, as some were saying in the building, he's put on even more of a show tonight. A couple sacks, and again, just that ease of speed for a man that's 6'5", 290. Kind of like that.
Think there's any ease of speed there? Third and 2. That could be delayed. And you get the timeout. They did not. See, that's where this crowd
100%.
becomes a major issue.
It's just chaos. And when I asked Dan Lanny, like, what have you learned about Autzen? So I've learned that these people are engaged every time, and they know the game.
They say it never rains at Autzen Stadium. It's raining sound on 3rd and 7. Giles bailing again. Birch is after him. Giles sideline incomplete. He wanted Marsh.
Well, how many times have you said Birch tonight? I mean, seriously, how many times have you mentioned his name? Once again, a nice little stunt. He doesn't get home, but then he takes the right angle. And most DNs, Aiden Childs is going to say, I can get by. Not that guy. Not tonight.
We've said Birch enough. People are going to think we're tree enthusiasts.
I do like a birch tree.
Yeah. Didn't say they'd be wrong. 4th down, punt for Eckley. Not much returnable so far for Tez Johnson. He'll try this time. From inside the 30, switching back. Tez Johnson goes down after the 51-yard punt. The return takes him across the 35. Oregon has been overwhelming at points tonight against Michigan State. The unbeaten Ducks by 24.
Check out Mahomes' top 3 plays of the day. He scrambles into T-Mobile to get that new iPhone 16 Pro on us. It's a little shimmy, shimmy, shake. What you think, huh?
It's like he's chasing an ice cream truck.
Ice cream! He got his iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Cuz holding it up like a baby lion.
Homie takes those T-Mobile savings and calls it a day.
Respect.
Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
With the first pick in the Jersey Mike's Catering Box Draft, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So,
The Jersey Mike's Catering Box, a sub above.
This is the story of a tight connection, and... Oh, you're holding the plane? Okay, we're good.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling. Mine found me at an early age. There was no question of what I wanted to be. It was just a matter of how good I could get and how far I would go.
At Ram, our calling is to build trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
And Doug.
Whoa, Limu! We're in a parade! Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save!
And then I wake up.
And you have the stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm the richest guy in the world. I have time to give.
I have people I can count on.
And a million stories to share.
The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Good morning, everybody.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
Watching the fresh morning prep, the sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the bopping of the fresh lettuce. You know, my lease says I get free subs. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Fox College Football is sponsored by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network. 10 years ago, Michigan State and Oregon, an epic game, huge game in early September. Both teams in the top 10. Marcus Mariota, 3 touchdowns, 46-27. We apologize to our colleague Mark Helfrich for not showing him more than 3 times in the billboard bed there. Mark deserves as much face time as we possibly can give him. 161 yards for Jordan James, outgaining Michigan State tonight. Oregon back on the ball. First down run, right back to him. Jordan James straight up the middle.
Jordan James.
I'm curious about these final 19 minutes, Jason, about how much you show if you're Oregon.
Ohio State coming up.
Yeah, Ohio State's coming in the building next week. I think for Dan Lanning, the way your defense is playing, unrealistic that Michigan State can make enough plays against you to even this score or get close. And this may be time where you just have a little conversation with staff that probably don't need to show anything new.
Gabriel on the roll. He unleashes, sideline route, first down. Trayshawn Holden. Easy does it for Dylan Gabriel.
Yep. And once again, just look at the effort of the guys around him. Don't just watch the ball. Watch the line. Watch the tight ends. Look at Kenyon Sadiq just hold the point there. So nobody was within breathing room of Dylan Gabriel, and he can let it rip.
We know he doesn't need time to throw necessarily because he does have a quick release. That time he was able to plant and fire and across midfield for Gabriel on play action. He's going to load up the catapult downfield, tipped incomplete. Tez Johnson tried to high point it and couldn't reel it in.
How long did he just hang in the air?
Looked like he was suspended by a cable.
Yes. And you could see that ball's a little wobbly, which leaves it loose. Look, he's just like defying gravity as he's hanging in the air, trying to corral that errant throw. You don't see a wobbly ball from Dylan Gabriel very often.
What causes that?
Just a little bit off.
James trying to squeeze through the car wash, and he leaps for a couple yards.
You know, there is not a breath of wind. There is no rain, no moisture, or anything like that. You know, typically, when I love watching Dylan warm up and how meticulous he is and his fundamentals and techniques, he gets on top of the ball, Jason. So if you're underneath the ball, I think he was a little bit on that one. That can create a little bit of that sail and a little bit of that wobble, but it is rare.
3rd and 6 here. It's Tez Johnson. We'll see how Michigan State handles his motion. He's right at the stick. Gabriel has forever. 7 Mississippi. 8 Mississippi. Incomplete. There is a marker in. We'll check the penalty.
I don't know how many times I've seen a 2-man rush.
They didn't get there.
That was truly an intentional 2-man rush.
Yep.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Ineligible player downfield. Offense, number 50. Holding. Defense, number 15. Those fouls offset. It's still 3rd down.
Joe Rossi is an inventive defensive play caller. His Minnesota teams really did a number on some Big Ten schools that they maybe had no business doing that to.
Yeah, and Gross had to hold on, and Strother was somehow the left guard running the route. That's pretty impressive.
Should be offside, should be a free play. Gabriel is going to go down, but they'll get 5 yards out of it. It was Bogle who jumped. There are 2 markers down. Could we have back-to-back offsetting penalties? This is why you tune into Friday Night Football.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal shift. Offense. Offside. Defense. Those fouls offset. It's still 3rd down.
You know what I like about Brian Banks, our referee, is he told the story of that. His "it's still 3rd down" was even incredulous himself that he just had back-to-back offsetting penalties.
And I think Dan and Jonathan are wondering, we can't possibly have a 3rd.
3rd and 6 again. Whittington and Ferguson again on the same side up top. Gabriel, short set, quick release, change of direction, and a slippery move from Tez Johnson for a 1st down again.
Yeah, Jordan Turner's having an amazing year, the middle linebacker for Michigan State, but this just is not fair. And I think you're absolutely right. Of any player that's described anything, when Tez said to us, I play game of tag, that's what I was amazing at. Look, he doesn't even get touched.
No. He said they made him it first at all times because if he wasn't, they were never going to catch him. So he broke the game, basically, when he was growing up. Whittington right into the middle of that line, and Maverick Hansen back from the injury last week. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, that captain stood his ground right there. It looked like last week, that injury, I think that was one of your first questions to Joe Rossi. Well, we're not going to see Maverick. He's like, what? Yeah, we will. We'll see the captain. Yeah, that guy that bleeds green, that guy that is every bit a Spartan, they could not move him an inch on that run.
I think it's Maverick. Got to be tough. 2nd down, 9. Gabriel climbing the pocket and throwing. Far side, Tez Johnson hopping into his run. See, we've seen tag. That was hopscotch.
We have seen this now for 3 weeks, and it is just this protection. I mean, it is so different than the Boise State, the Idaho, and that, granted, is a 3-man rush. A little bit of a disguise early. They bail out of it. Dylan, so much more room to operate than the first couple weeks of the season, and that guy doesn't need much room to make a difference.
6 of his 8 catches have gone for a 1st down tonight. Jordan James running right into that defense of Michigan State, and that will be all for the third quarter. Scale of 1 to 10, how impressive has Oregon been tonight?
Defensively, an absolute 10. Going to be a monster to deal with in this building. Offensively, one game, solid, with 15 more to play.
Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos a romper. Toda mi gente se mueve.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. At BK, have it your way.
2, please. Thank you.
Dad, that's Matt Liner.
Twins? Hey, maybe we'll see you out in the stands. Nah, I'm just here for cash back.
Earn cash back at the places you like to shop. Discover, proud sponsor of the Big Ten.
New York, a city built on originality. You see it on the streets, and you see it in what we do at Fox 5. Like our original stories.
Surge of migrants crossing through Canada.
Our camera was the only one allowed along on their mission.
And our in-depth news reporting that goes beyond the headlines. That's the news we do on Fox 5.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new 2024 Tacoma for just $339 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Ever since Kimora was a little girl, she had her sights set on the sky. And Spectrum Internet brought the sky to her fingertips. As Kimora grew, her dreams grew with her, evolving and elevating with unlimited connectivity made possible by Spectrum Internet. Switch to Spectrum Internet Premier for just $30 a month with a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-839-0139. The sky was never the limit for Kimora. Let your dreams take flight and live life unlimited.
Celebrate and save on top-rated mattresses during Raymore and Flanagan's Anniversary Mattress Sale. Get up to $600 off Smart Life and Stearns & Foster. Up to $400 off Sealy. Up to $300 off Beauty Rest Black and more. Plus, we deliver your new mattress the next day and recycle your old mattress for free. Or finance your mattress for as little as $15 a month with no interest for 72 months. Grab these deals while they last, only during Raymore and Flanagan's Anniversary Mattress Sale.
To build the Honda CR-V Hybrid, we took everything you love about the CR-V and kicked it up a notch with greater power for a CR-V unlike any before. Adventure confidently with Honda, Car and Driver's most awarded brand in 10 Best history. The CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles. Visit your local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily. Buy online or reserve from select Honda dealers.
Fox.
Who likes that more? Shout here in Eugene, kids or adults? Oregon on the move again, and it's incomplete. Ferguson was sniffing the end zone with that catch and run, and he put it on the ground.
Yeah, he's going to watch this on tape, and this was going to be his first touchdown of this season. That doesn't happen very often. There is just some hex on their tight end scoring touchdown. They cannot do it this year after 10 as a group and him individually 6 last season for Will Stein.
Can you believe, by the way, that Shout only got to number 47 on the Billboard charts the year it came out? How? Gabriel, all in the middle. More catch and run, and that's going to be short for Tez Johnson. He wants the first down, but he'll be about a yard shy. You going? Or do you need to see the field goal operation again?
Is water wet? Yeah, I'm going.
It doesn't rain here. I don't have the answer for you.
No, I'm going. And Dan Lanning, you could see him right there. He just got one more, but that was a little bit of the Tyler Lockett that Tez was talking to us about, a guy that he studies, but does understand there's times to take on a bunch of contact and time to also get down.
Jordan James trudging forward, driving the legs. First down, Oregon. And then some. That became rugby.
Yeah, watch these two, man. Watch Lalaula. Watch Poncho and his buddy Strother next to him. Look at the movement right here. This double team. A double team, and bam! I'm knocking you 3 yards backwards. Connerly drives his feet. They have found a little something in Poncho at center. It took a little while after JPJ left. There's a big void at center, but they have found it with all 325 pounds. Poncho and his buddy Strother next to him. Well done.
He and Dylan Gabriel knew each other from Hawaii a little bit. As Gabriel throws to the end zone, he wanted to get it to Ferguson, and a marker comes in. Who tackled who? It was Spencer and Ferguson.
Pass interference. Defense, number 43.
There's your answer.
That foul occurred in the end zone. The ball was played on the 2-yard line. Automatic. First down.
Here's 6'5", 250 on 6'1", 200. And, yep, that's all Spencer can do. He initiates all that contact. And once again,
he's trying so hard to get
Josh Wilcox's record is safe.
That's race back in as the fullback. They'll run it. James bouncing outside. James is tripped up. Down he goes. It'll be second and goal coming up.
Nice job by Aaron Alexander, a backup linebacker, 33, right there in your picture. Getting off of and shedding that block, and then finally getting to those legs.
Is this the play where the tight end scores the touchdown?
I think again, shotgunning that little forward pass, little jet sweep, that somehow counts as a pass.
You'd want it if you were playing quarterback. There's Ferguson right there, tight to the formation. Call timeout. Timeout, Michigan State. What will Will Stein dial up when we come back?
And keep on wishing.
There wouldn't be an hour in the day that I wouldn't think about my hair thinning.
I hid under my hat for a good 3 years.
I experienced many challenges with prescribed medication.
It was hard to sleep at night.
My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol.
It's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
Within 3 months, there was new growth.
My hair was stronger, and I don't have to choose between my health or my hair.
Try the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com.
Never seen it like this before. Whoa, make you wanna get that, get that. Got him coming back for more. Let's go. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow. I'ma bring the wow. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow.
For a limited time, get the Genesis GV70 for 3.49% APR for up to 60 months, exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
Mayotivations with Will Levis. Mayo dip, be creamy. And your quarterback, dreamy. Oh, hey. May your game day be delicious.
6 pieces of chicken, 4 sides, and biscuits? That's a big deal.
Now this is the type of deal Dad loves.
Oh, this for $20? I tried to make it 21.
Legendary.
Get your own big deal for $20. Coach Prime and KFC, way back, baby.
Fox College Football is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for nearly 160 years. This is a beautiful place, the Willamette River, the covered bridges all over the Pacific Northwest here in Lane County, and the beautiful site, the beacon that is Autzen Stadium, with an Oregon team that looks mighty dangerous right now.
And as much as we've talked about this run game, Jason, this offensive line, and this defensive tape for Chip Kelly to dig into and Ryan Day for next week, it's going to be pretty intimidating in this building.
2nd and goal for Oregon. James right into the pile, and they'll blow it dead at the 1. 3rd and goal for Oregon.
The yards per carry coming down a little bit in the second half.
Down to 7 3/10, Brock. Whatever will he do?
That is a long play call.
Yeah, huh?
That is usually a check with me. You can see him. He's probably feeding him a bunch of information, too, before that communication cuts off at 15.
James goes down. Michigan State stout defensively there. Ruquan Buckley was in on the tackle, 4th down.
Yeah, it was a nice job by these two guys right in the middle. We showed earlier about them getting bumped off their spot, but that time, one of the rare occasions, Buckley gets underneath the pads and resets that line of scrimmage as he comes off the field. Job well done, forcing the 4th down.
Weapons everywhere. Empty set. Motion from James. The throw right into the hands of Tez Johnson for a walk-in.
It is just so hard. It is so hard once you see the motion across. Look at the defenders. They just are frozen. Just for that half second, you can see these two right here. They're just pausing, right? Their eyes just looking into the backfield, that eye candy. The offensive coordinators want that defense to eat, and D coordinators want them to avoid. And then you give a half of a beat of a second to Tez Johnson, and he will make you pay.
The all-time single-season reception leader in Oregon history with his near 90 last year has another touchdown on a 15-play drive that soaked up more than 8 minutes. A wide menu for Dylan Gabriel.
We want you to start every day with the charge you need. So we're giving you this home charger and covering the cost of standard installation. The Ford Power Promise. Electric vehicle confidence from day one.
I shop for a lot of the same things. That's why I like Pays, the online checkout from the same banks and credit unions I already use. Same cards, ready to go right here. Same confidence, because my actual card numbers stay hidden from the store. So it's easy to be the same great me, because Pays is built for how I shop.
You mean for how we shop?
As long as it's on sale.
Dad.
Meet Pays, online checkout from banks and credit unions.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. It's a mouth-watering, stretched thinner, made bigger, more for your money, extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Better get you some Papa John's.
Hey, Scott, this stuff's perfect for fall, right?
Yep, it feeds your lawn now to strengthen roots all winter for a better lawn next spring.
How do you know all this?
Says it right there on the back.
Yes, it does.
Download the My Lawn app today for lawn care tips and customized plans.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up.
When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game.
Touchdown, yeah. And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh, no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play!
The NLDS begins on Fox NFS1. The Mets battle Harper and the Phillies, and the Padres take on Ohtani and the Dodgers. Game 1 tomorrow on Fox and FS1.
Welcome back to Fox College Football, sponsored by KFC. It's finger licking good.
Can I say something that's going to get me in trouble?
Yeah, go for it. I love that. We got. You want to use a bullhorn? We'll get you one. Say it loud.
From an hour before kick all the way through the game, this is the best music and sound in college football. They play the best music. I mean, everything you want, whatever you want. You want CCNR, you want 70s, you want rock. I mean, whatever it is. And just the sound system is phenomenal. You're not adding on. Trying to get me in trouble?
No, I'm totally down. I agree with you on it. It's an event. You said it's like a concert as this ends up in the end zone. It was not controlled, so we'll take the touchback. More on that in a second as we take a look at our Friday night spotlight, sponsored by KFC. It's finger licking good.
Well, Jordan Birch has been just about anywhere and everywhere. 2.5 sacks. That now gives him 5 on the season. He is smooth. You're just not supposed to be able to move like this when you're 6'5", 290. And honestly, it's why a lot of the NFL folks, GMs, were here tonight, because he's one of those game wreckers. And when that engine is revving and he is full go, he's nearly unblockable.
Double-figure NFL teams represented here. There is a throw, and it's incomplete from Childs. To your point about the music, this is also the only place that I recall the head coach has used the sound system as like psychological warfare. Dan Lanning last year used the Motown hit Nowhere to Run to try to signal to his team that this was their house to close games against USC and Oregon State. I don't remember another coach using the music as a motivational tool. So you always got to be on the lookout, possibly. Second down. It's a throw for Childs. He's got a completion. It's Foster crawling for close to the first down.
He's also one, Jason, that has a theme every week, and that's not terribly unique. I think a lot of coaches go about that, but he spends time in the offseason, right, really planning and working with others. Hey, man, and it was Friday Night Lights this week, and they showed Permian High School, right, and they showed clips of that movie because they knew that was going to be some of the theme of having the whole national audience under these lights, kind of like many of them played in high school a year, 2, 3, 4, 6 years ago in some cases.
Childs rolling to his right. Throwing to his right, there's a marker in, and this is eventually caught by Foster. He did take it to the ground with him. If it stands, it's a 35-yard gain.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold on the back end against Oregon, I believe, or pass interference. This should stand.
You asked Dan Lanning about his high school days.
Holding. Defense, number 11. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Defensive end, tight end, back in the day. You can see it, right?
With Dan?
Demeanor?
Oh, yeah. Yep, small town guy, smaller college football, appreciates everything as I thought Allison laid out beautifully in the story about his wife, Sophia, and her battle. Dan does a great job of not making it about Dan Lanning. And that's not easy to do, playing for this brand, coaching for this brand.
And you have to recruit to yourself as a coach. Childs off the screen. He's got Vellum, who breaks the tackle and ends up at the 20. Allison downstairs.
Well, one thing Dan Lanning has really done as a head coach is embrace the mental aspect of this and leaned into like the psychology of guys. He brings in a sports psychologist, Corey Schaefer, who we met back at Georgia to help come up with the themes and the motivations for each week. And one of the big things during the bye week was this idea of slow cooked meals being the best meals. You know, we're in this microwave society. Everybody wants instant return, instant gratification. You have to work for it and continually get better. Best meals, no arguing, right? They're the slow cooked ones.
It's true. Thank you, Allison. Play action for Childs. He'll throw. He's got Velling again, and Michigan State has a 1st and goal.
I know defensive coaches as well, and that shot of Tosh Lapoy and Dan Lanning, you know what they want?
0.
Those are hard to come by. Really hard to come by. Because it takes 60 minutes, and Tosh is looking at that play script, and there's some backups in there. There's some depth in there. There's no Birch on this drive, but no matter who you are, you know they want to see that goose egg.
Especially with how they talked about closing the game against Oregon State last year to end the regular season. A similar team here in Michigan State. Their coaching staff, this run gets them to the goal line, and they're going to say he's out of bounds. There's a marker in as well. So Lynch Adams to the 1 on the run.
Personal foul. Illegal block below the waist. Defense, number 19. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
It's Tyler Turner, the freshman.
Yeah, and this is the right call, and they have tried to eliminate this move with this penalty. You know, 10, 15 years ago, defensive players could go to the legs of linemen and tight ends and bigger guys out on the perimeter, and that is just not the case. Trying to protect, as you're going to see Velling come in motion here. And Turner goes right towards those knees.
Lynch Adams is in to the end zone. Michigan State makes sure it won't be a shutout in their first Big Ten visit to Watson Stadium.
Yeah, just a power football right here. Block down, pull around, fullback leads. And a nice drive there for Michigan State.
A couple of tailbacks here for the Spartans who have come from smaller programs from UConn and UMass, a former UMass Minuteman, K'Ron Lynch Adams.
I'll tell you this, man. Jonathan Smith's guys play hard.
Yeah.
Some of the speed deficiencies, some of the size challenges up front, some of the just inconsistencies with a young quarterback, but you cannot question how hard these Spartans have tried to play tonight.
Derrick Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay, and this is auto again, right?
Auto! Hey, this is my living room. Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derrick.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Look at that Wendy's breakfast burrito. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, sausage. Gotta hand it to the tortilla. That sucker's holding on for dear life. The boss of breakfast, gotta be Wendy's.
Full-time fans, you give the season everything you've got, and I've got my eyes on you. I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm rewarding the most passionate fans. Because that kind of dedication deserves a Modelo.
Beard that doesn't itch. Is you using King C Gillette on that thing?
King C Gillette?
Look, this Beard Trimmer Pro's got 40 length settings. And this beard oil, one of GQ's best beard conditioners for soft, no-itch facial hair. The best a man can get is King C Gillette.
Walmart deals are ready to drop. Shop October 8th through the 13th.
And Walmart Plus members get early access to all the hot deals. Get ready to save big. Shop Walmart deals October 8th through the 13th.
Fox College Football is sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. All we had to do was say the phrase covered bridges, and then they popped up on the screen. Nearly 50 covered bridges, these beautiful things, little landmarks here in Lane County. Most of them were built from 1905 to 1925, and at their peak, there were 450 covered bridges. Anything to add?
Well, I did not know how many people had covered bridges on their bingo card tonight, but that is awesome. Kudos to BZ and Hembo for those shots as well.
They went out and got in the car and took video of all the covered bridges we could find. And this has been anything but an antique Oregon effort. This has been powerful.
Yeah, and most of those yards from Jordan in the first half, been a little tougher to come by in the second half. Tez has just been, well, Tez, that's about what he does every single game. And Dylan Gabriel flushed those early interceptions in the red zone and much more efficient.
Gabriel's night is done, it looks like. Dante Moore is into the ball game. He so far this year has thrown all of 3 passes. And he gets some valuable experience in a Big Ten game. Justice Lowe in motion. Jaden Lamar, the tailback, and he is drilled by Quindarius Dunnigan. We should say that over the past quarter and a half or so, 2 quarters, as a marker comes in, a couple markers, you have been, with the help of your new friend Nick, tracking Dylan Gabriel's release time over the course of this game.
Yes, I have. One of the big themes coming into it, in which I had with Will Stein about it, was time. Right, the amount of time Dylan has that ball in his hand and gets it out of his hand.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 81. The tap of it is the goal for the succeeding spot. The down counts. It's second down.
You said defense.
Correction. Offense, number 81.
Yeah, it's against
number 81.
the Oregon Ducks.
There you go.
It's on Ryan Powell, the wide receiver. So what did you learn tonight about Gabriel and his release time?
Well, the goal is 2.5 for Will Stein, right? And the average tonight has been just about that, 2.585. And now we have seen some shots. We have seen some different plays. 2.428 the last 2 drives, but there is not a detail that is missed here in this program. I think that's one of the biggest points we've learned covered in the last few years.
More to throw. He gets it to Jurion Dickey, the freshman, with his first catch, the redshirt freshman on a Palo Alto. But to be clear, it's Nick's job to track the release time for Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, and I just grabbed him from the field. I said, I'm sorry, Nick, you're going to have to come up to the booth with me today. Actually, Allison kind of paved the way for me. And he's actually got a stopwatch in his hand. This is what they do at practice, too. 2.5 is the goal. Get the ball out of your hand in 2.5. Get it to your playmakers. Wear out a defense. Right? Play to Dylan Gabriel's strength with all those starts under his belt. And it's been a little stop and start tonight. And there's my buddy Nick right here.
Nick?
Yep.
Who's been kidnapped by Brock Heward?
Yeah. I said, do not move out of this corner. I'll give you space to do your job. But I find it very intriguing.
Third down, Dante Moore. On the roll, kept his feet, steps out of a tackle, and he'll make a business decision out of bounds. No, thanks to Nick for jumping up here, because we're doing it because it is a cornerstone of what this offense does.
Yeah, and a couple of those picks kind of marred some of that early, right? Because when I watch the tape over the course of this week and prepare, much like the Ohio State's going to do for Dan Lanning. They're going to look at that ball. Well, how do we defend this? Do I blitz this? Do I play coverage against this? The average is less than 2.5. There are many plays, Jason, where it's a second and a half. And just how hard it is to try to defend an offense with this kind of tempo.
Luke Dunn back to punt. And we'll get a timeout, Oregon.
Timeout, Oregon. As the first of the half.
6:43 to go. We'll take a look at our team comparison, sponsored by T-Mobile, America's largest 5G network. 215 on the ground. Brock.
Pretty awesome. Now, you do look at those numbers, Jason, and I told you at halftime, they were projecting to 700-plus yards of offense. So Michigan State has made it a little harder. I think Oregon's gone fairly vanilla in this second half, playing to some of their depth. But it's going to take 4 quarters next week. I mean, period, end of story. It is Goliath versus Goliath. It is talent versus talent, and it's going to shine like that guy's suit.
You think so? This is a crowd that is full of characters as well.
Kind of Eugene.
I love it here. And you're thinking in your head, of course it's fair catch. So being on Friday night, there's not a whole lot of games going on around us. And here's some of the notable Big Ten games. Iowa, Ohio State could be a grinder for the Buckeyes. If you think Michigan might have a little bit of resistance.
Well, I don't just think that. I think there are a lot of people that think that. When you look at and deeper dive into some of the numbers, I mean, Washington has just unfortunately beat themselves on a couple different occasions. And Michigan has just been one-dimensional. And I'll tell you who's done a really nice, sneaky job is Steve Belichick. Jed Fish is higher at defensive coordinator up there at Washington. He has given them a chance each and every week to win.
Now the North Dakota transfer, Tommy Schuster, is in to play quarterback for Michigan State. He's thrown 16 passes all year, and this one is complete to Nick Marsh, the freshman. He was a highly prolific passer at North Dakota, nearly 9,100 pass yards, 843 completions, a school record in those categories and touchdown passes. He came back home essentially to play 1 year at Michigan State.
He's played a lot of ball. I'm catching up with Brian Lindgren on the field before the game. I said, much change if he goes in? He said, no. This guy's got a ton of background and experience. And just a little baller.
He was 14 for 14 in a state title game. At one point in high school, you had the Jared Goff game in a Michigan State title game. And this Michigan State defense, you said it a couple times, they held the line as much as they could tonight.
They could. I mean, they just did not get much help offensively in that first half. Gave up way too many explosive plays, especially in that run game. But some adjustments into the second half, tightened up some of those running lanes, made it a little more difficult. But just not enough firepower throughout.
Do have a bye week coming up, so they get an extra day. It's a 15-day hiatus. As on the reach, Lynch Adams will go down. He's not going to get there as Soley made the stop. The senior transfer from Arizona State and Oregon getting some run. They have had the one big win against Oregon State, and they ran UCLA last week, but there hasn't been a ton of time to get backups some burn. So Justin Jacobs, the senior linebacker, in. 4th and 1 for Schuster in this offense. He'll roll to his right. Schuster has to break it down. Jacobs made him do it. Now he's got all sorts of space and sliding for a first down in front of Woodyard.
And that just strikes me as a guy that's kind of been there and done it and seen it all. I mean, a 6-year senior transfer, little play action there, and the game just doesn't speed up. Birch and the guys having a little fun because they know that backside pursuit's going to get yelled at in the meetings and in the tape. But great awareness there from Schuster. Nowhere to go. Could feel the rush over pursuing and converts on 4th.
action. Schuster throwing, sideline ball, and a nice comeback and a catch by Velling, who's been really important to this offense. His 5th catch to lead the team. That one goes for 20.
Yeah, and he was the second leading receiver coming into this game tonight. Very prolific a year ago. 8 touchdowns himself as a Beaver. Ooh, does he secure it all the way through? Close.
You stopping it?
I'm not stopping it. Are you stopping it?
I don't have that power. Schuster flicks it out wide, and eventually that play will stop. Nate Carter out of the backfield.
Boy, wanting to see his guys finish. I think a few other folks out there wanting to see how the final 240 finishes.
Interested parties. Oregon has been known for its offensive inventiveness. Josh McCoy has created a defense that feels like week to week. He's very comfortable with their improvement in specific areas week to week, as this will go for a first down. Lynch Adams on the run.
He is, and he also talked to us about, what was that, the havoc rate?
The havoc rate, yeah.
And I think you talked to somebody in the NFL about that today as well, possibly. And that's a number that defensive guys like to look at. How much havoc are you creating? How much difficulty are you making on that offense?
Look at you, company man, promoting our NFL single header coming up with the Commanders and Browns on Sunday. Here on Friday night, all Oregon in bright yellow.
Tubi is proud to be free for the teachers illuminating the minds of our children. But it's also free for kids who skip class to throw rocks at windows. Because Tubi is free for everyone, and we mean everyone.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. You want to be a lifeguard? This is the real deal.
Getting dangerous.
Welcome to the North Shore.
Rescue High Surf, all new this Monday on Fox. Start your day with a bang.
Wake up, yeah! Let's have a party.
As FS1's brand new lineup.
We're going to change up the vibe.
Brings you everything you need.
Have some fun, old guy.
To level up your game.
Undeniably, my favorite country.
Unreal. All day.
I'm not surprised.
Every weekday.
Yeah, for sure.
In one place.
Inside our Los Angeles studios, Mike Hill along with Emmanuel Acho. Plenty of college football coming your way this weekend, but Acho, give me your most intriguing matchup.
Sneaky biggest matchup this weekend. It's Baylor, Iowa State. They've split their matchups the last 8 years. 4 for Baylor, 4 wins for Iowa State. But it's most intriguing because nobody has yet to take the throne in the Big 12. I thought it was going to be Utah, took a loss. I thought it was going to be Kansas State. They've taken a loss. If Iowa State takes a loss to Baylor, we'll look up 5-6 weeks into the season and nobody's taken the throne. I understand BYU is atop the conference, but so is Colorado. That's the sneaky biggest matchup this weekend.
Are you talking about Colorado in the Big 12?
I didn't think I would be, but crazy enough, after seeing what Colorado's done, beating UCF, that was substantial, not just because of them winning, but how they won. They look like a good team. BYU looks like a good team. Utah is always a good team.
All right, if Cam Rising is healthy.
Exactly right.
What happens there. Hey, we'll be with you all day tomorrow for plenty of college football action right here on Fox. Continue to enjoy tonight, everybody.
Oregon's on the way to 5-0. Michigan State going to fall to 3-3 as we take a look at our Pacific Life game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life. Creating financial security for nearly 160 years.
Well, there were a bunch of splash plays in that first half. Dylan Gabriel showing off some of the athleticism. We saw him at Oregon State put on the Jets as well. You call that flip 9 right there. Terrific timing with the motion, getting Jordan James into some space. This was a gorgeous throw A touchdown there to Evan Stewart. I think you said it before that snap. Just a plethora of different choices on that menu. Which weapon you want to go to, and ultimately Tez scoring yet again.
That touchdown was the perfect example. You got two guys in motion, and then one sets, and the other one comes across. What do you do?
I mean, you got run game, you got QB run game, you got 3 elite receivers, you got 3 tight ends, you got Jordan Birch wreaking havoc with a couple sacks tonight defensively as well. And honestly, that's why they're the number 6 team in the country, and they'll be welcoming in a team equally, if not maybe even just a little more talented in spots than them next weekend.
Yeah, I wonder if you were going to pick the 22 starters for that game, how many Ducks and how many Buckeyes you would have. As Schuster throws out wide and Velling makes a catch. That's a game you like to play every once in a while.
I do.
How many Ducks, how many Buckeyes would start combining those teams?
I mean, just off the top of my head, I think it's going to be pretty darn split.
Yeah,
honestly. I mean, I think it's going to be really hard to pick between the quarterbacks and the running backs and the tight ends and the receivers. And, I mean, you just go through it all, and it's probably pretty darn close to 50-50.
I mean, if you're allowed to pick the room, right, you might pick one from each at the running back spot. Second down, Schuster, free runner, look out. He got away for a moment, then ran right back into it, and eventually he's going to go down. Blake Purchase actually made 3 transactions there.
The sophomore right here from Cherry Creek High School out in Denver, Colorado is a big physical athletic guy. That was number 1, that was number 2, and then I'm just going to continue the effort as an angry highlighter and find a way to get home.
Play for the great Dave Logan out there.
I'll say this, if it's 11-11 for players, Jason, you know and I know, the horseshoe is at least a player advantage, and Autzen Stadium the same way.
Allison talked about slow-cooked meals. This home-cooked meal is a difficult one to swallow for visiting teams here at Autzen Stadium. And for the Oregon Ducks, they have another short week coming up. After the Buckeye game, they'll play Purdue on a Friday night, and still a trip to Michigan and a trip to Camp Randall, along with that Washington game that gave them fits.
Yep, an extra day to prepare for Ohio State as the Buckeyes will play a physical Iowa team. And Illinois is physical, Michigan is physical. Depth is going to be tested in this Big Ten over the course of the year.
Jonathan Kim is perfect this year. 8 for 8. This field goal is good. There is a marker down.
And even more interested parties in that marker.
You see Tasha's reaction. Come on. 10.
Running to the kicker. Defense. That penalty's declined. The field goal is good.
Great effort here from 11 Kim Alexander. Flying off the edge, but you just can't get into the legs. Miss, go left. Miss, go left.
Downstairs, Allison.
Well, guys, before we go, if you'll remember, I told you earlier that everyone in the Lanning family had their hand in the designs we saw tonight. One of the designs Dan Lanning wanted to incorporate was the molecular pattern for the chemotherapy treatment known as the Red Devil. It's the absolutely worst of all of them. His wife had to endure it during her treatment, and so did Ty DePauli. He was 17 years old. You see him there. He was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, and he has been going through chemo on and off since then. Dan Lanning got word of his story. He has brought him into this program, embraced him, and it brought him around this team as much as he can, which you can imagine means a ton to Ty. He is a high school football kicker. He coaches a football team here locally, still the Kickers, and it has meant so much to him to be embraced by this program as he continues his fight against cancer.
It's beautiful once again, Allison, and I'll just say what I said earlier. There's just something unique about sport and what it can do in community. And then when you have an environment like this, in a town like this, people like Dan Lanning and his beautiful wife and family that just want to embrace this challenge that has touched just about everybody in this battle with cancer. It's bigger than football.
By a mile. And to see young people going through it, puts you right in the heart. Oregon in these uniforms, designed by the Lanning family, has put together an extremely complete effort tonight to thrill the fans. 31-10, your final score, and for the second straight year, the Oregon Ducks go to 5-0. Allison with Dan Lanning.
Coach Lanning, what a performance. I want to start on the offensive side. What led to the success you guys had running the ball tonight?
I think it's just that, like playing physical and making sure that we're going to emphasize running the ball. So we took away some decision making and said, let's just run it.
You told me at the half your quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, is a stud. How would you describe the way he responded to some adversity tonight?
He's a stud, right? At quarterback in college football, you're going to face some adversity, right? He experienced a little bit of that today, right? You know, we got to be able to react,